Hi, hello there. It's been a minute. And also I'm an axolotl now. Hi, this is my cool new PNG tuber. Basically, I can't watch the digital circus finale until it comes out on YouTube for reasons. And so, in order to satiate myself, I decided that I'm going to be playing this digital circus dating simulator that I saw circulating around a little bit ago. Because I want to. My voice is going to be a little bit fucked because I'm recovering from getting sick, but it's fine. We'll live. So let's start because I need to date Ragatha. I'm sorry. I can fix her, and by that I mean I can just feed into her tendencies even worse, and we can make each other worse. Yeah. Also, I'm ace, so hopefully this isn't too overtly sexual, but I'm a big girl. I'll survive.
Welcome to the amazing digital dating simulator, a slice of life-styled school setting where anything and everything is possible. I'm Kane, and I'll be your principal for the duration of your stay here at the Amazing Digital Academy. Help your classmates pull pranks on the teacher, become a straight-A student or a rule-breaking delinquent. All this while possibly finding love along the way. But enough about my wonderful creation. Let's get you enrolled. First things first, what uniform will you be donning?
I'm one of thems.
Sounds good. How about your name? What should we call you?
I actually do. The Digital Circus is like the only show that I've ever made an OC for, like out of any property, like the only one that I've ever like put like proper OC energy into. Rather like self-insert. Rather, I've made OCs before. This is the only one that I've ever made a self-insert for. And her name is Nim. I'll put a picture of her on screen if I'm editing this.
Nim, huh? Are you sure you like that name?
Yep, that's my name.
Alrighty then, Nim. Then let's head inside.
Hi, my name is Nim. I'm a transfer student to the Amazing Digital Academy. My parents moved to the countryside after a vague, tragic event that changed the course of our lives. After I said goodbye to all my old friends, my parents got my transcripts and packed up the car. Today is my first day, and this is at this new school. I'm dyslexic, also. I have trouble reading things. I glanced down at my class schedule. This should be English 101 with Mr. Kinger, so where's the teacher? As I step into the classroom to let in any other students that might be late to class, someone else hops into the room. The figure looks like a tall, white piece of a gaming set. Specifically, he looks like a king in chess. Motherfucker, I can't read. It takes me a moment to put two and two together, but when I do, I almost groan at the pun. Surely his name can't really be...
Hello, my name is Kinger. You must be pleased to meet me.
Fucker. I love you. I love you, Kinger. Mr. Kinger extends a gloved hand, which I shake more out of instinct than out of a genuine sense of excitement.
Good morning, students. On the docket today, we have a new student named... what's your name again?
Oh god. Hey everyone, I'm Nim. I look forward to learning with you all, and I hope we can all be friends. I'm Nim. Don't mess with me, and we'll be all good. I'm Nim, and I'm always down for a good time. None of these, but I guess the top one, because I'm a little goody two-shoes bitch.
Righty-o. Go on and take any open seat, Nim. Most of our students don't bite.
Pomni. One of the other students, a purple rabbit, seems to grin at this. I take a moment to think of who to sit by. I take a seat next to the girl in the colorful hat and sailor uniform. I sit next to the shy-looking girl with a comedy mask and a ribbon body. I sit next to the mismatched figure with a bored look on their face. I sit down next to the cheery-looking ragdoll. I take my seat next to the ragdoll girl in a blue skirt and vest. She's paying such close attention to the lecture, I hesitate to introduce myself, not wanting to disrupt her. To my surprise, she takes the initiative once Mr. Kinger pauses to write some English letters on the board, a friendly smile on her face. Hey, new stuff. My name's Ragatha. I'm the class representative, so you can talk to me if there's anything you need, like an extra pencil or dealing with Jax if he gives you a hard time, anything at all. I can tell she's trying very hard to make me feel comfortable and like a part of the class. As a transfer student, I appreciate the effort. Well, that's not very nice, Raggy, bad-mouthing me to the new kid. Based on the Grimace, Grimace! It's Grimace from, it's Grimace from McDonald's. Whoa. Sorry, I'm trying to remember what my keybinds are. I have a piece of paper with them somewhere. Oh, well. I don't remember. Let me see. At top of the head, this is neutral, happy, sad. No, this is sad. This is surprise. I don't have 6 through 8. And then, yeah, 9 is that. And then, we have 0, which is fuck. This is fuck. This is my favorite one. Anyway, continuing. Based on the grin on the tall purple rabbit's face, I just added that in there, sure. Dyslexia. This must be the Jax that Ragatha is talking about. Jax? She cries out, exasperated. Don't sneak up on me like that. Listen, newbie, if you want to be the perfect straight-A student, you can trust Ragatha to make that happen. Oh, thanks, Jax. That's oddly nice of you. But you're gonna bore everyone to tears and nobody's gonna want to hang out with you. His grin fades to an obstinate smirk as he continues. Now, if you want to have real fun, be cool and be loved by everyone, I'm the guy to talk to. Ragatha's frown grows deeper as Jax keeps talking, interrupting him with her own rebuttal. I don't think Nim wants to go around pulling pranks on everyone, and I really don't think... Jax interrupts her again. These two must have some sort of history, leaping into any gap in one another's argument to berate one another. Yeah, but the new kid wants to spend all day reading textbooks. Good one, Ragatha. Jax offers a humorless laugh as he mocks her to her face. Well, that's better than being a jerk all the time. The two keep interrupting and talking over one another. How has nobody noticed the escalating argument at the front of the classroom? Evidently, I'm the only one who wants to end this argument. What's wrong with being a good student? Ragatha smiles a friendly smile, turning to me with a genuine look of gratitude before turning to face Jax again. See, Jax? People like Nim want to focus on their academics. Jax rolls his eyes and walks away. If he's bothered about losing the argument, he hides it well. Ragatha leans over to me. If you want, can I give you a tour of the school during our lunch break? She pauses for a moment. Only if you want to, though. I totally get wanting to be left alone on your lunch break. Well, she may not be the most assertive member of our class, but I can tell her smile and positivity are genuine. A part of me is excited to start our class tour, but another part of me worries that if I tell Ragatha that, her doting might start to smother me. I was just settling into my desk and getting used to this place when something burst into the room. Principal Kane, how exciting to have you in our class today. The new figure returned to address us. At his side was a bubble with razor-sharp teeth. I don't think I'll ever get used to this school.
Kinger, class, how do you do?
Principal Kane extends his hand, gesturing to all of us before freezing in place. I want to date Bubble. With a sound like porcelain grinding against porcelain, his teeth slammed shut. His eyes slowly extrude from his teeth like they're not solid objects.
Nim, I wasn't expecting you here.
Manic enthusiasm suffuses his voice as he points his cane at me.
Maybe you'll be the secret ingredient to making this school interesting.
He pauses for a moment, rubbing the base of his chin in contemplation for a moment. Is there any reason you're here, Kane? Zubul speaks to him, like they're addressing an annoying insect instead of the principal of the school. Kane perks up.
That's right, the reason I'm here is to make sure we all have an enriching academy experience. One filled with fun, danger, adventure.
He begins to list more and more descriptors of it, increasing his breakneck speed until I can't even tell what he's saying.
Angel food cake? And most of all, interesting to our studio audience.
He turns towards the window and stares out of it for a moment. Is he trusting somebody? There doesn't appear to be anyone outside.
However, the numbers are in, students, and it turns out school dramas are just white noise. Normally, this is the time that I tell you that means the end of school life as we know it.
Kane bites his hand in mock horror. The class and Kinger play along, gasping at his revelation. Gangle looks ready to burst into tears.
However, my sweet tooth students, your benevolent principal has found a way to bring back public interest to the school in a major way.
At this point, the sharp-toothed Bubble next to him pipes up.
How are you bringing interest back to the school, Mr. President?
Kane shoots Bubble a confused look, but hits his stride a moment later.
You see, my little Tomar emeralds, that's one thing Noah...
What? What the fuck? What the fuck? Why was there just... What? Well, okay, sure, the cat... Okay, yeah, sure.
What's one thing no academy around here has ever had?
A cast full of colorful characters. A competent principal.
Adequate funding?
Kane shakes his head.
Wrong, and surprisingly right, but also not relevant to what I'm talking about. No school around here has had a cultural... No school around here has had a culture festival celebrating the unique talents of its students. So I, being your benevolent principal, have decided to put your class in charge of throwing the best culture festival this side of the Pacific Ocean. Make it flashy. We gotta keep the interest of our investors, after all. Eat gods! I'm almost late for my deep tissue massage. All right, Kinger, I'll leave you the list of everyone's responsibilities. You all have 5 days. Break a leg or two.
As abruptly as he appeared, Kane darts out of the room, disappearing from view as he heads to his appointment.
All right, class, let's see what our roles Kane assigned to each of you. Let's see, fuck. All right, class, let's see what roles Kane assigned to each of you for the Culture Festival.
Kinger lifts a paper from his desk and begins to read aloud.
Ragatha, as the class representative, I trust you to organize the other students and make sure the festival proceeds with no issues.
You can count on me.
Zubal and Gangle, you two will work on art to promote the festival. We have a pretty big school here, so we'll need plenty of posters and some art to display during the festival.
I don't know. I still don't have anything I'm comfortable showing everyone else.
Pomni and Jax, look up what a culture festival is.
Shouldn't we do that before we start making posters? No, I like this idea. Plus, we get to see what Gangle comes up with for her posters. If it's anything like what she comes up when she's drawing Ragatha.
Jax!
Gangle interrupts Jax before he can finish his thought, pleading with him to stay quiet. The class erupts into chaos as Zupal and Gangle argue with Jax. Pomni tries to find out what a culture festival is, and Ragatha tries to salvage what remains of the class and get her classmates to pay attention. First part, Mr. Kinger seems content to let the students bicker amongst themselves. Maybe he didn't have the rest of his lesson planned and is just waiting out the lunch bell. As if summoned by thinking it, the lunch bell sounds. Everyone drops their arguments and files out of the classroom. Time to find out what I'm doing for lunch. Oh my gosh, it's a mammakin. After my chaotic first half of the day, I had worked up quite the appetite. The cafeteria was bustling with unfamiliar faces. Around me, there was a selection of places to buy lunch, but none of them stood out from one another. I pick up something to eat at the nearest food place and set about deciding where to sit down. Still, as I scan the bustling lunchroom, I don't recognize anyone from class. I think Ragatha wanted to give me a tour to the school. I guess I could just take my lunch to the classroom. Ragatha. I'm sorry, I really like Ragatha. She's my favorite. I grab a sandwich from the lunch line and look around for Ragatha. She did want to give me a tour, right?
Oh, Nim, sorry for keeping you waiting. Did you want to start our tour today?
Sure thing.
That's what I like to hear. Let's get started then.
She starts by leading me to the stairs in the middle of the school.
This is the main stairwell. Our homeroom is upstairs, so you need to know where this is to get to class.
She gives me a friendly smile before a realization strikes her.
But you probably already know that, because our class is on the 3rd floor, and you'd have had to take the stairs to get there.
She sighs, but regains her composure quickly, putting on a slightly less cheery smile as she takes my hand. She walks to the left, taking us back to the lunchroom.
This is the lunchroom, where you can grab a bite to...
She cuts herself off, eyeing the sandwich that I'm still eating. Wait a second. She puts her palm to her face.
You just met me in the lunchroom.
Ragatha sighs.
So, you've already been here too, huh?
She giggles nervously, putting an even weaker, faker smile. And she grabs my wrist with gusto, pulling me along with so much zeal that I feel like she's going to fuck me. Help! I feel like she's going to tug it out of the socket. I wince. She pulls me toward the next location. Hot, 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 hot. Oh god, I'm sick.
Well, I can at least show you to our homeroom.
We head back outside to the lunchroom and are halfway up the stairwell when Ragatha realizes that I was in the same class as her this morning, so I've already seen this too.
Ah, I'm sorry, Nim.
She pulls out her red, strangely licorice-like hair.
I just wasted your entire lunch period taking you around places you already saw at the school.
I offer an apologetic, shy smile. Well, kinda, I guess. She sighs again, slumping forward.
You must be pretty annoyed with me, huh?
She says, not looking me in the eye. Yeah, I didn't even get to rest on my lunch break. Whole tour was just a stupid waste of time. It's okay, I know you meant well. She clearly meant well. I don't see any reason to put her down. Ragatha perks right back up, as if all her mistakes are undone by my forgiveness.
Oh, well, if you're having a good time, maybe I can continue the tour and excuse you from afternoon classes?
Yeah, we're skipping classes. Fuck yeah, there's a bee on the wall. There's Bubble. Where's Matt Pat Theory? We stop by the principal's office. Kane is leaning against the door. Bubbles coming out of his pipe. Not Bubble. Wait, isn't it a violation of the code of conduct to smoke a pipe on school grounds?
Ragatha, Nim, what do I owe the pleasure to?
Hey, Kane. I was giving Nim a tour of the school, but I wasn't able to give them a full tour during lunch. Can they be excused from afternoon classes so I can show them other places in the school?
Kane stops a moment, then nods.
I don't see why not. Now go along, my scrumptious little scholars, and take in the glorious work that is my academy.
Ragatha turns to me, taking my hand in hers.
Let's not waste any time, Nim. Next stop, the library.
I'm dyslexic. This is not good for me. We visit the library. Row upon row of bookshelves crowds this room. Pomni is sorting through a massive pile of books. Dry mulcher, migration habits of vultures. Guess she's still trying to find a book on culture festivals. We leave her to it.
We also have an art classroom.
As we walk into our classroom, Subal and Gangle are working away, designing posters for the school. I peek over Gangle's shoulder. She's drawing Pomni with generous proportions. Gangle sees me and throws herself over her art.
So look, Nim!
I can't do it, Gangle. Zupal turns to me and glares. She's not done with it yet. Don't you know how impolite it is to look at art before it's done? I was just curious. Ragatha takes my wrist and begins to usher me out.
Sorry, guys.
It's okay, Ragatha. I forgive you. She closes the... Oh, fuck. Back. She closes the door behind her and catches her breath.
All right, time to show you my favorite spot on campus.
We walk for several minutes. She leads me down the staircase all the way outside. I see a large patch of dirt in the shape of a diamond surrounded by a chain link fence. Is that a...
This is the softball field.
I just realized it's called a baseball diamond because, like, it actually is shaped like a diamond. I always, like, obviously I know it's because I obviously know it's called that because there's like the 4 bases, but like the actual yellow part is shaped like a cartoon diamond of the, like, it has the point at the bottom and then like the rounded part at top, even though it's more like angles, but like chaos emerald shape, which is shaped like a diamond. I'm very smart.
This is the softball fields.
Do you play? That was apparently the right question to ask. Ragatha's smile widens.
Yep, sometimes I can get the other guys out here, but Kane actually has a pitching machine, so sometimes I just go out here to let out stress. If you ever want to join me, let me know.
I file the information away for later. In the distance, the bell to dismiss evening class rings.
And now I'll walk us back to the lockers so you can pack up and head out for today.
I guess that's the end of our tour for today. Time to head out. Yay! This academy really was amazing and digital. I walked to my locker, entering the combination as I put my books away and get ready to head out for the day. My mind drifts to the day's events, and I wonder if someone will ask me to walk back with them. As I gather my things, a familiar doll walks up to me.
Hey, Nim, are you getting ready to head back for the day?
Yeah. Ragatha looks around a bit, seemingly working up the courage to ask something.
You know, if you want to, I could walk you back today. How does that sound?
Sure thing.
Oh, awesome.
She beams. Me when I meet a flashlight that goes by she, her pronouns. Ragatha and I make our way to the front of the doors of the school.
Hey, Nim.
She looks at me as if she just remembers something very important.
This is your first night here, right?
Sure. I mean, it's technically my first day here. The sun has barely begun to set, so I don't know if she's saying first night.
I'll show you the dorms then.
She gives me a polite smile. I hate to let her down, but actually, Ragatha, my parents are picking me up today. Ragatha gives me a confused look.
Are you sure about that, Nim?
I think I am. I'm not sure why she's questioning that. But as she asks me the question, I try to remember what my parents said about picking me up today. I begin to discover worrying gaps in my memories. Oh no, am I an NPC? Oh, that's sad. Did my mom or dad drop me off? Was it someone else? What does the car I was dropped off in look like? What do my parents look like? I begin to hyperventilate as I realized if it weren't for seeing my own reflection in a mirror when I was washing my face in the bathroom this morning, I wouldn't even remember what I look like. What's happening to me? In the corners of my eyes, abstract patterns begin to fade in and out of existence. It's okay, Nim. Everyone goes through this the first day they're here. My breath begins to steady. The abstract patterns fade. Things start to feel, well, normal definitely isn't the word, but at least a little more okay. They do? Yeah, it's this weird thing. Nobody really knows how it works. Most of us can't even remember our own names. Well, at least I managed to remember my name. Unless somebody else made that up for me? No, that's ridiculous. Honestly, I haven't seen anyone ever leave campus. So we what, just go inside and sleep on the floor of our homeroom? Ragatha laughs. No, Kane actually built us a set of dorms to stay in, she says, offering a hand. Something to give us a break from the old rigmarole of going from class to class. I take her hand. I'll lead you there, don't worry. Ragatha smiles gently, fucking piss. Ragatha smiles gently as she leads me by the hand to a building nearby. Tee. I wish I had a blushing emote for this. Just by glancing at the doors, I can tell who stays where. The vibrant red and blue door has to be Pomni's room. Oh yeah, there's Pomni, and then the caution tape is probably Jack's, and the Japanese looking one's probably Gangle, and I actually can't figure out what the two top ones are. Another door with the sleek, bright geometric shapes all over it that has to be where Zubul stays. I could pick Jack's doors out of a crowd. It's darker than the others and crisscrossed with black and yellow striped caution tape. Yeah, this was gonna be my guess. Ragatha stops at a ranch-style door before proceeding. This is my room, Nim. She smiles. I'm the class rep and the resident assistant here, so if you have any trouble with any of your dorm mates, or need anything from your room, I'm your gal. She gives a jovial swing of her arms, sliding her door open. Bless this mess. You fucking... the whitest white girl ever. I love you, Ragatha. You're so cringe. I love it. The inside is adorned with doilies. A thick blue duvet covers her bed, and I think I even see a tea set up on her white dresser. It's not on the dresser, it's on the shelf, you moron. All of my students are morons. My door is always open. As we stand there, Jax walks by. He gives Ragatha a wicked grin. Or it would be if I could trust Jax not to put a centipede in my room. Jax gives her an offended look. Come on, Ragatha. Pranking the RA? I can't believe you think so little of me. He says, barely hiding a sadistic grin. Ignore him. She pauses a moment. And if you don't want to wake up to a centipede in your room, don't let Jax in. Jax lets out a dark chuckle as he overhears her, unlocking his door before stepping inside. She waits a few moments to make sure he's out of earshot before lowering her voice. But seriously, as long as you're not Jax, you're welcome to come visit me if you need to relax or talk to somebody or just want to say hi. Now let's go find your room, new stuff. We walk side by side until we find a new door that doesn't appear to belong to anyone else here. It's me. Oh my gosh. This door is substantially less impressive than the doors to all the other rooms. A plain oak door with my name on a brass nameplate. I couldn't come up with a more boring door if I tried to imagine one. Oh my gosh, it's like Conjuring. It's like the show. Ragatha turns towards me, noticing my disappointment. Hey, looks can be deceiving. Maybe it's really nice inside. I twist the handle and pull the door open. Damn, bitch, I live like this? The room looks empty. I mean, it's not too far off from my own room. I mean, it is kind of, actually. I have a lot going on I finally just decorated my apartment room, and now it actually feels like a place to live. Yay. Empty. Really empty. The walls are plain and unadorned. A gray mattress sits in a cheap-looking wooden bed frame. A duvet decorated with the school's logo has been set atop the mattress, as well as a pair of plain white pillows. In the back corner, an aging wooden desk has been set up, with a few sheets of paper, a set of number 2 pencils, and some ballpoint pens in blue and black. Not even any pens in my favorite colors. Bold of you to say that blue is not anyone's favorite color, because blue is literally the most common favorite color in all of the world. Bold assumption. It's not my favorite color. It used to be, but now I'm transgender, and so I like the color pink. Well, there's a lot of room to customize. She walks around in the vast emptiness of my room, the plain walls making it seem even bigger and emptier than it is. Yeah. I rub a hand across the back of my neck. Can we go back and hang out in your room for a bit? I really don't want to be alone here. Oh! I'm really sorry, Nim, but Kane doesn't want us in each other's room after the suns go down. Or runs rooms after the suns. Fucking. Okay. We're normal. She offers an apologetic smile. I know it's a silly rule, but he says that since this is supposed to be a family-friendly environment, he doesn't want us in each other's rooms at night. She backs out of my room, crossing her arms across her chest with a nervous giggle. I technically shouldn't even be in your room right now. The rest of our conversation continues with her standing in the hallway and to me in my dorm. So that's it for today? Yeah, you know where school is, right? And you remember all the places I showed you? I nod. It's a lot to take in, but I think I'm good. Yeah, I think I got it from here, I guess. Ragatha nods with a weak smile. Good, that's good. We stand there. Let's make out. The conversation is definitely dried up. Neither of us knows what to say next. I'll see you in class tomorrow? Well, I can walk with you to class tomorrow if you'd like. I nod. That's something at least. Yeah, you know, if you aren't too busy being class rep and resident assistant? She smiles. Well, as class rep, I'm supposed to help new students get acclimated to our academy. So I can definitely make time for you tomorrow. I smile back at her as we exchange goodbyes and I close my door. Maybe things will be alright. Yeah, I love women. Shoutouts to women. Happy Pride Month. I'm bisexual. I lay down on my bed, defeated by the day. It doesn't take long. It would take me long for me to... It doesn't take long for me to drift to sleep. I'm having trouble. It doesn't feel like I was sleeping long when the lights in my room flash on, as if overridden by some remote console. The room to my door flies open as confetti sprays from the fire sprinkler. Doesn't that violate some sort of building safety code?
Hello, my darling toy box characters!
Principal King announces from what sounds like the hallway. Well, time to investigate. Kane, what the fuck are you trying to pull this late at night?
Zooble.
His laugh is fast, forced, and manic, as if he's used to this treatment, but none too pleased by it.
You're lucky I even let you get sleep!
This he blurts out in a harsh monotone before recovering his cheery demeanor.
I'm here because, even with the culture fair pulling in new viewers, we're still not hitting the numbers the Academy needs us to! Which is why I've secured us a sponsorship!
Stretches out the last word.
Sponsorship! Ship.
Using some sort of effect to apply an ethereal reverb to his words.
Without further ado, I introduce you all to...
A drum roll plays from somewhere in the background. Ragatha looks a little more awake, but the rest of us are still trying to shake off the sleep to understand what exactly Principal Kane is talking about.
The Wacky Watch! You see, the vendors for Wacky Watch have been having trouble finding a good audience for their product. But now we have the perfect thing, teen drama!
But we're adults. I'm actually...
Now, Gangle. I know this is a lot to take in, which is why I've already taken the liberty of affixing a Wacky Watch to each one of your wrists.
Each of us glanced down. To my shock, the watch is already on my wrist. How did it get there?
What in the...
And don't try removing them either. They've been affixed to your wrist with a very special adhesive. And if you do try to remove them, let's just say they will be taking a little piece of you with them.
I can hear Gangle beginning to whine as panic sets in. Gangle holding the body pillow is really sweet. Pomni tugs at her wacky watch, but no matter how hard she tugs, the wristwatch stays affixed, her glove stretching like a rubber band as she pulls at the watch. Ragatha just looks down at the resigned sigh. Kane, I can't remove the arm with the wacky... Kane, I can't remove the arm with the wacky watch. What the fuck? Principal Kane ignores our complaints as he continues his monologue.
You see, my turtle doves, in order to secure the funding, we need to make it day 5 in the culture fair. I need you to be wearing wacky watches at all times. Luckily, I secured a deal where I won't need all of you to do ad reads, but it is of paramount importance that none of you insult or try to disable your wacky watches. Good luck with school life. Can't wait to see you. Good luck with school life. Can't wait to see what you do with the culture fair. Bye.
He stretches at the last syllable as his body folds in on itself an infinite number of times, disappearing from sight. There's asbestos in the watches. Well, I know this isn't ideal, but at least we can all talk about each other now. Talk to each other. Fuck. Well, I know this isn't ideal, but at least we can all talk to each other now. Should make communicating about the culture fair far easier. With the sound of breaking glass, Gangle's comedy mask shatters and falls from her face, tears welling up in her eyes. I don't want a wacky watch. Seeing the situation unfolding before her, Pomni pipes up. Well, I think it could be useful. And look, Gangle, even if there's even a picture chat function where you can send people things you draw. Pomni goes over to Gangle, lifting her wrists and pointing out the picture chat feature. That is kind of nice. Gangle sniffles. Yeah, that's right. That's the right spirit, Pomni. Now let's all get some sleep before we start classes again tomorrow. Everyone's door closes. I hear a muffled shout from Jax's door. What the heck? Where's this watch stretched to my arm? I decide to hide in my room before Jax looks for someone to take out his frustration on. I flick my dorm light off as I close my door. I check my wacky watch. I get a text from Agatha. Her portrait is outlined in gold to indicate that she's an RA. Hey, Nim. I just wanted to check in on you after the whole wacky watch thing. Guess I'm doing pretty okay, Agatha. Just getting used to how things work here. I get that. Showing up to the school, losing your memories, and now the wacky watch. It's a lot for anyone to take in. You're telling me. Why is my stuff cut off? There's a few moments before Ragatha responds. Well, if you ever need to talk to anyone, I'm here. Thanks, I'll have to take you up on that. We should make out. Oh, really? Yeah, it's nice to talk to with you. That's kind of you to say, Nim. I thought she said that's kind of sad, Nim. Maybe I could take you to tea sometime this week between all the culture fair stuff. Ragatha, I love you enough to drink tea because I hate tea. But for you, anything. That sounds nice. Cool. She would not use that emoticon. She would absolutely use colon dash capital D. Ragatha gives her emoticons noses. Did she just send a smiling sunglasses emoji? Well, Ragatha can be kind of old-fashioned, but it seems like she genuinely wants to help me fit in here. At least I have one friend in this school. Unlike Zubul, who hates me because now they have competition, because now there's a new non-binary person in town. Day 1 complete! I yawn as I awake in my room. The clock on my watch says that it's morning, but the only way I can tell is from the sliver of sunlight peeking from under my door. We don't have windows? That's stupid. I slide my school-issued pajamas off and look in my closet. A series of perfectly pressed uniforms are there, with a little tag on the sleeve of the nearest one. I take a closer look. Looks like Kane left me a note.
Hi, Nim, this is Principal Kane. As part of your stay at our lovely academy, you've been provided a set of uniforms free of charge. The price of your dorm is also included in your tuition payment. Looks like you and Ragatha are off to an absolutely fantastic start. Good on you for befriending the valedictorian, class representative, and resident assistant. Ragatha has a lot of people she's almost friends with, but it looks like you two might be building something genuine. Good luck.
As I pull my uniform over my wacky watch, I glance down at it. I have a text from Ragatha. I want you.
Are we still walking to school this morning?
It takes no time for me to find her door, though Ragatha is already standing outside of it. It's a cold fall morning.
Ready to walk to school with me, Nim?
She takes my hand in hers and we begin our walk. She's surprisingly warm. I'm warmer. I run so warm. Touching me is like touching a furnace. Because my body doesn't know how to regulate temperatures. Shoutouts to... Apparently that's a thing with estrogen. It's really bad when I drink. I get so warm whenever I have even a little bit of alcohol. I have a really bad, like, heat response. Anyway, I guess I thought she'd be as cold as the outside. I mean, she looks like a ragdoll. But she's as warm as any human.
Did you sleep well last night?
Yeah, I did. Thanks for asking.
Still up for tea later?
Yeah, I think so.
Great! Maybe this evening, I think there's still some... maybe this evening, I think there's still some in the student lounge.
Student lounge?
Oh, I guess I hadn't shown you that yet. It's in the dorm building. I'll show you tonight.
I smile at Ragatha. She seems really eager to make me plans. I remember Kane's note from this morning, mentioning she has a lot of almost friends. I wonder if maybe she's just lonely. Me too, girlie.
Well, let's get going before we end up late to class.
She pulls me along, walking at a brusque pace as we head to the school entrance.
So, how do you like the school so far?
I shrug. I don't know, I haven't been here long enough to really form an opinion. She nods.
Oh, right. Well, I'm sure you'll come to love it here.
I'm not so sure about that, but I guess it wouldn't really feel like I was talking to Ragatha unless I was also dealing with her relentless optimism. She laughs nervously.
Last time I was late, they'd locked the entrance. I had to wait outside for hours until somebody noticed I wasn't in class. Then Kane had to unlock the doors for me.
I give her a worried look. That's messed up. Nobody even noticed you were gone?
Oh, no, wait, I mean,
She backpedals, crossing her arms.
It was an honest mistake.
As you step into the school, she turns to me.
All right, Nim, quiz time. Do you remember where our homeroom class is?
How could I forget? I went there myself yesterday morning, and Ragatha showed me on the tour. Up the main stairs and to the left, right?
That's right, Nim.
She smiles. Yay, I listened to her, even though I didn't actually remember, like, me as a person. I don't listen to directions, because I can't internalize them. But it's fine. Aside from us two, Kinger is the only one in the class.
Oh! Ragatha, Nim, good to see you two getting along.
He's, what's the female equivalent of Fujoshi? Is it Hime Joshi? I don't remember. I think it's Hime Joshi. This is important enough for me to Google it. It's Hime Joshi, right? This is important. Yes. He's Hime Joshiing out. He glances down at my hand, which Ragatha is still holding. She pulls it away, embarrassed.
Just showing them the ropes.
The way she pulls back reminds me of how she stepped out of my dorm last night. I wonder if... No. It's probably nothing. I take my seat next to her, and Ragatha goes back to her cheery self, constantly raising her hand and answering questions as Kinger quizzes the class on his lessons. Ragatha is, like... I feel like Ragatha is a bisexual disaster, and I'm not just projecting. I should probably... I haven't actually explained why I like Ragatha so much. So I like Ragatha a lot because I'm also a people pleaser. And I also feel like people are mean to her for no reason. Because, like, yeah, she has a lot of problems, but I feel like if somebody just talked to her genuinely, then, like, she'd be down to work on a lot of her issues if people just had her and I'm like, hey, Ragatha, I understand where you're coming from, but, like, this is how it comes across. Could you maybe, like, instead do this? I feel like she'd be really receptive to that. And I just want to do that. I want to be her friend, and I want to, like, talk to her in a way that would actually help her instead of just ignoring her and not helping. But yeah, I feel like Ragatha very clearly has a crush on Pomni, to me at least. Like, she's just, like, immediately is like, oh, she's cute, we should hang out. But I feel like she's definitely like because she joined the circus in the early 2000s. I feel like she doesn't even know that gay people exist, and so she's like, I feel like if you explain the concept of being like, if somebody told her that they were a lesbian, she'd be like, oh well, but everyone feels like that, like it's normal. Like I feel like she'd be that kind of person, to be like, oh well, yeah, maybe she'd be a lesbian, maybe she's bisexual, I don't know. I'm just gonna say that she's bisexual just because I'm bisexual and I want more bisexual representation. So yeah, anyway, I take my seat next to her, and Ragatha goes back to her cheery self, constantly raising her hand and answering questions as Kinger quizzes the class on his lessons. Well, at least she gets along with the teacher. If I ever fall behind in English, I know whose notes to borrow. As the bell to dismiss morning class rings, we get out to leave, but Kinger asks Ragatha to stay back. I wait for her by the door. They speak only for a moment, Ragatha nodding before turning to leave. Kinger told me Kane wants to meet with me to discuss his expectations for the Culture Festival. Want to come with me? I nod. I think I'll grab some food first, but I'll meet you there. I grab the lunch of the day from the cafeteria before seeking out Ragatha, finding her outside of Kane's office, tapping her foot. My one complaint about this game so far, aside from like petty shit like punctuation, where like sometimes there's a comma where there should be a period, like that's not important. That shows up basically everywhere, in everything. But my only real complaint so far is that I feel like we don't get enough interacting with all of the cast on all of the routes, because I like Ragatha, I like interacting with her, but also I want to do the other characters' voices, because I don't know, it's fun. Like, thankfully Kinger is the one that, like, he's the teacher, so I'm going to be able to talk to him more often, because like my Kinger voices, out of all of the characters in the circus, I feel like my voice for Kinger is probably the closest to what his actual voice sounds like. I can kind of mimic the intonations of the other characters, but for Kinger, I can actually decently sound like him. Like, I don't know. Let me check. I'm right behind you, aren't I? Like, Kinger is the voice I can do the best out of any of the characters in the cast. I can kind of mimic the others' intonations, but like Jax, I can do the breathiness and like the really like drawn out syllables and the very like it's very roof of the mouth with Jax. It's just kind of like a constant flow of air come out of his. He does not have an accent. I don't know why I'm doing this voice. He does not have an accent. I don't know why I'm giving him an accent, but he has that very like continuous breath out kind of. Like everything he says is a sigh, basically. And I want to do more of their voices. Hey, sorry I'm late, Ragatha. She notices me. She looks down at her shaking leg, embarrassed. Oh no, Nim, I wasn't impatient or anything. I'm just nervous. Kane can be. She pauses to find the polite words for what she wants to say. A bit much. So I just try to get our meetings over with as quickly as possible. She laughs nervously. I nod. A bit much how? Motherfucker, you've interacted with him enough. Oh, you know, he asks you to host a game night and you say yes. Oh, girl. And then he asks you to get all the latest gaming consoles and every board game in alphabetical order, even the really obscure ones. And if you try to say no, he just kind of stares at you. She shivers. That does sound pretty intense. Oh, well, I'm here to help you, so how do I help? Just help me keep his expectations in check. Sure. She turns to the door, nervous. I really don't want to disappoint him, but... I nod again. She definitely comes across as a people pleaser. Whoa, that's the word I used. So I know it sounds weird, but we should, like, kiss and stuff. And you can totally say no if it makes you uncomfortable, but we should totally kiss and stuff. But if you can just, I don't know, try to talk to Kane if he comes up with any unreasonable expectations and kiss me. She looks back at me. I nod and she lets out a big huff of nervous energy. The door flies open, narrowly missing both of us.
Well, if this isn't Ragatha and Nim again!
She smiles down at us, eyes bulging in excitement.
Come!
He ushers us into his office. Principal Kane floats over his desk before taking a seat behind it.
Call me Charles Dickens, because I have great expectations. Go ahead and wow me, you two.
He leans back in his chair as we walk in, puffing on a bubble pipe. Again, I'm surprised he's allowed to do that on school grounds, but if he's the principal, then I guess he makes the rules here. Hydration. The fucking cat. God.
You wanted to talk to us about the culture fair, right, Kane?
That I did, class representative.
He takes the pipe out of his mouth as he leans forward.
We need a fire eater, knife juggler, cotton candy machine, sweet vendors for every type of Japanese food. I want a realistic reenactment of the story of 47 Ronin, a line of dancing geishas. Young lady, I have heard rumor that the Prime Minister of Japan himself may be in attendance.
I had a nightmare about the Prime Minister of Japan once. It's not important, but let's not worry about that. I don't even know who the Prime Minister of Japan is. I don't know why he showed up in my dream. I don't have dreams basically ever, and so it's weird that that was one of them. Kane opens his hand as miniature fireworks go flying about the room.
Well, Kane,
Ragatha is struggling. My time to step up. Kane, don't you think it's a bit much to ask? Ragatha doesn't respond, but nods stiffly.
Well, of course, my pupil. I was going to provide the food myself.
Principal Kane shakes his head as he regains composure. He scratches his chin again.
Now that I think about it, I don't see a practical way for you two to do any of those things I asked you for.
Is he actually starting to see reason?
You know what? You two take the rest of the day off to start planning. I'm gonna completely revamp my plan!
Principal Kane laughs maniacally before dismissing us.
Go on, you two. Have fun with the rest of your day. I'll be in touch.
We leave Principal Kane's chaotic office. She wipes her brow.
Thanks for helping me manage Kane's expectations today, Nim.
I nod.
You really came through for me.
Don't look at me like that. You Ragatha. Hi, Ragatha. I love you, Ragatha. She looks down at me with a warm smile. Is she taller than me? Ragatha's short, like really short. Although I suppose, no, my digital circus OC is shorter than Ragatha, so. It's whatever.
Since Kane gave us an early day off to start, early day to start on planning, do you want to meet up in the student lounge while we go over the culture fair plans?
Sounds good.
Great, let's get going then.
She offers a hand, which I take.
Come on, Nim. Since Kane let us out so early, the weather's gonna be a lot nicer.
Huh. I guess I didn't think of that. Every time I see their like little school pin, I for a split second I think it's like a rainbow pin, and I'm like, oh, all these motherfuckers are gay. We stroll out into the autumn air. It was a lot less cold than this morning.
Wow, Nim, we haven't had weather this nice since summer.
Hang on. It's fall. Why are there cherry blossoms? That's not how weather works. Unbelievable. One moment, I'm gonna make a gross sound, so I'm gonna mute my mic. Alright, now my nose is a little bit clearer. Alright, we're alive. I can't deny the weather is pretty nice.
And I know with your help, the culture fair will be a huge success.
She jovially swings her arms as she talks to me, just like she did when she was showing me the dorms.
Well, you know, let's at least start by planning the fair before we say it's going to be a success.
She smiles back at me. Well, you know, let's at least start planning the fair before we say it's going to be a success. She smiles back at me.
Yeah, of course. It's just nice to have some help. I was really nervous I would have to organize this whole thing on my own.
That would be pretty stressful. Hopefully we can share the burden of organizing the culture fair pretty evenly. I take a seat in the student lounge, a cup of tea that Ragatha made me in my hand. Ragatha went to her room to grab some things, but it's been a while since she left. To my surprise, the first person to walk in is Pomni. Hi, Pomni from Digital Circus. Hi. I waved to her.
Hi, Nim. Here for dinner?
Dinner? I was actually gonna meet up with Ragatha for... As if summoned by my words, Ragatha walks in carrying a paper bag of groceries.
Hi, Nim.
She gives me a friendly wave. Hey, Ragatha, weren't we going to have tea and prepare for the culture festival? She puts a palm to her forehead.
I knew I was forgetting something. Sorry, Nim, I kind of forgot that me and Pomni make dinner in the lounge every Tuesday.
I suddenly feel really awkward. Oh, am I interrupting something, or... No! You two should kiss. They say that at the exact same time.
I mean, if you want, you can come join us for dinner.
Would that be okay? Ragatha and Pomni exchange a quick look before nodding.
Yeah, you know what they say, Nim. Variety is the spice of life.
I nod. Okay, Ragatha, well, I didn't bring anything to cook, so I'm just gonna work on ideas for the culture fair, I guess.
That sounds great, Nim. I'm excited to see what you come up with.
The two of them get to work swiftly as they make spaghetti and meatballs. Ragatha sets the water to boil and hands Pomni a jar of sauce to heat up. Even as Pomni pours the sauce into the pot and starts one of the burners to warm it up, Ragatha eyes her nervously. Pomni must be a pretty bad cook if Ragatha doesn't even trust her to heat up pasta sauce on the stove. Right, that is a canon thing about Pomni. She sucks at cooking. No time to think about all that, though. I begin to jot down ideas in my notebook for the culture festival.
Oh no, I forgot to grab something to stir the pasta with,
she says, clutching her hair.
Nim, Pomni, can you guys hold things down while I go grab something from my room?
Well, I was trying to work on ideas, but I was struggling to come up with any ideas anyways. I nod. I'll be fine for a few minutes. Ragatha.
Good. Thanks, Nim. Just try not to burn the place down, you two.
I try my best to hold things down, watching the pasta water and making sure the pasta sauce is heating evenly. But within a few minutes, the student lounge is filled with the unpleasant smell of burning tomatoes. I turn to Pomni. Hey, Pomni, is the sauce supposed to smell like that? She picks up the jar and looks at it. It says smoky romesco sauce. She reads directly off the label. Maybe it's supposed to smell like that. I shrug. That's not a sauce I've heard of before. I keep watching the pasta water. The smoky romesco sauce bubbles ominously next to me. Maybe if I turn up the heat, it will... In what universe? As Pomni twists the knob on the nearly antique stove range, it goes to maximum heat. Pomni, wait... is all I manage to get out before the flames engulf the pasta sauce. Oh no, she says, trying to turn it back. As she does, the knob comes off in her hand. She gives me a nervous look. The once appetizing-looking smoky romesco turns a truly unpleasant shade of orange, bubbling ominously, popping of the growing bubbles sends spurts of sauce bouncing out of the pot. Goodness, it looks like something out of a cartoon witch's cauldron. Goodness. Just as the chaos builds to a crescendo, Ragatha comes back into the lounge.
Hey guys, how's it look?
She spots the bubbling pot.
Get out now, she's gonna blow!
Is she? Wow. We haven't even had our first date yet. Goodness. Pomni and myself follow Ragatha out, taking cover just outside of the lounge. Moments later, the gas pot bursts with an audible noise inside the lounge, smoky romesco coating the window like a blood splatter in a TV crime drama. Oh god. Sorry, guys. What the fuck, Pomni? No, it's okay. We were both supposed to take care of making dinner, so it's really both of our responsibility. But I was the one who set the burner so high it made the sauce do... Pomni gestures around the room. Walls coated in freshly exploded romesco sauce. That's right, I just did a pun. I'm so hot. That... I shrug. We all make mistakes, you know.
If you say so, Nim.
She turns to Ragatha. Take out? Ragatha nods.
Well, I'll have to find somewhere other than the lounge to eat it, though.
She gives me a meaningful look.
Nim, your room is pretty open, right?
By open, she means empty. I nod anyways.
Great! I'll order some food on Cane Dash.
Spudsies? Ragatha makes his face.
I guess that's fine.
I'm down for anything. Pomni nods. The food arrives in a few minutes, and we spread it out on the floor of my room like an impromptu fast food picnic. Oh, babies, look at you. Look at you babies. So sweet. I give you little pats on your foreheads. I just want to rustle Pomni's hair like a little... I just want to just like make her little gesture of baubles go like... Just like, it'd be great. She's older than me. Both of these, everyone in the circus is older than me. Except for Bubble. Actually, no, Bubble's older than me, I think. That's not important. As Pomni and Ragatha exchange jokes and memories about the school, my room feels just a little less empty tonight. I can't help but smile and laugh along with them as they tell stories about how Kinger forgot his notes to class once. Or the one time Kane tried to take them on a field trip, but the bus no-clipped into the road and ended up in lower orbit. Time passes quickly as we finish our dinner. Hey, Nim, thanks for letting us use your room. I nod. No problem. Yeah, Nim's pretty cool, huh, Pomni? Yeah, I guess so. Oh, Pomni intimidates me. If I was in the circus, I would be intimidated by Pomni. I feel like she's cool. I'd be intimidated by her. I'd be too intimidated to talk to her. Her forehead is so big. I also have a very big forehead, but this is not important. But I just noticed the way that they've drawn her. Her forehead is sizable. Pomni checks her wacky watch. Oh, wow, is it really that late? Ragatha checks her own wacky watch. Oh, it's already past curfew. Sorry, Nim. We didn't even get any planning done. Pomni heads out, but Ragatha lingers a few moments. I know it's a lot to ask, but would you mind waking up early tomorrow? We can go over plans for the culture fair, and I'll even make you some tea. How does that sound? I consider the proposal for a second, then nod. Sounds good to me, Ragatha. All right, I'll come get you so we can go to the school bright and early. I nod. I'll be looking forward to it. Me too. See you tomorrow, Nim. Bye, Ragatha. I love you, my favorite 30-year-old woman. Ragatha says, quickly gathering the trash from our meal before heading out. Day 2. Complete. This font looks like Ace Attorney. Like something about like the font. I think it's the it's a serif font, and it also has the like center, like the light is in the center and like it gets dimmer near the edges. There's like the gradient like that. It looks like Ace Attorney. I wake earlier than normal, try knocking on my door. That must be Ragatha. Hey, Nim. Ready for our morning meeting? Coming. I grumble, making my way over to the light switch and flicking it on before pulling on a uniform. I don't even bother to fix the wrinkles in it before pulling it over one shoulder and opening the door. Morning. I mumble. I look down. Ragatha already has her tea set ready, all packed up in a carrying basket ready for the trek to school. So she looks down on me, but I look down on her. We're alternating in height, just because of vibes. The entire tea set is made from white porcelain and has cute floral designs. It seems to suit Ragatha. You know, a cup of Earl Grey can have just as much caffeine as a cup of coffee and is less likely to give you the jitters. Even against the morning cold and how early she woke us up, Ragatha's relentless optimism shines through. Okay, well, let's head out then, I say, trying to match her enthusiasm, but unable to mask the tiredness in my own voice. She at least seems to appreciate the gesture. We make our way over to the school promptly. I'm surprised it's even open this early, but here we are. I start heading over to the homeroom before bumping into Ragatha, walking the opposite direction. Oh, sorry about that, Nim. Are we heading to homeroom? Are we heading to homeroom? Actually, I was hoping we could go somewhere special. The bathrooms. We're going to the bathrooms. We're gonna have a picnic there. Special. Special how? You'll see. She's happily leading me down the corridor. Are we gonna eat on the roof like a true, like one of my Japanese animes? We wander for a bit before she leads me down a dusty hallway that I'm pretty sure I haven't seen any students in. I don't remember Ragatha showing me this part of the school during our tour. The fluorescent lights above us flicker ominously. After a few minutes, she walks up to a door, twists the handle, and with a creak, opens it. Here it is. This is the place. Doesn't look at all special. Doesn't look all that special. So, what is it? This is the literature club. We write poetry here, and I coerce people into suicide. Actually, no. Ragatha is Sayori. Ragatha is absolutely Sayori. Zubul is Natsuki. Gangle is Yuri. Who'd be Monica? I don't think it'd be Pomni. But honestly, I could kind of see it being Pomni. There's a world where it could be Pomni. Sorry, I'm autistic, and I like Doki Doki Literature Club and the amazing digital circuits.
This is the place I go when I feel overwhelmed.
You overwhelmed? I say half sarcastically.
I know, I may seem like I have it all together, but sometimes I really just need to get away. I mean, I'm the class rep and the resident assistant.
She laughs nervously.
If anything goes wrong, it's basically my fault. Even class reps need time off, you know?
I nod. Well, if you ever need to share your burdens, I'm here for you too.
I really appreciate that, Nim, but I'm the one who volunteered to be class rep. As long as everyone else can be happy, maybe I can be happy too.
Ragatha. I can't help but feel bad for her.
Don't worry about me, Nim.
What are you talking about? Is it not normal to give up on your own happiness because you feel like you're not allowed to have it? And is it...
I'm tougher than I look. Now let's get to work. I don't want the tea to get any colder.
I nod again. I sit at a spare desk and pull out my school notebook to start writing down ideas. Ragatha goes over to another desk and begins making tea, pulling a canister of hot water out from her travel basket. At this point in the idea process, no idea is a bad idea. So I just let any idea that strikes me flow out onto the page. Oh god, I'm dying. I'm actually dying in real life in the digital circus. My name is Pomni and I can't escape the digital circus. I'm fucking dying. Hang on, I need to do the thing again. We returned. Hi. Sorry. I'm diseased. I'm a diseased creature. Yeah. Anyway, maybe we could have live music. What kind of foods do other students like? I think I'm still in sad mode. Hang on. Maybe we could ask them, see if King can provide them. And if Gangle and Zubler are doing art, maybe we could do an art exhibit. Or art exhibition, or have them do art to help advertise the stalls. I'm so busy writing down ideas, I almost don't notice as Ragatha comes over with 2 cups of tea, setting one down in front of me. I inhale the smell of tea. It kind of smells citrusy and floral, with maybe some vanilla in there too. Okay, I love vanilla. Everything I have is vanilla scented, which sucks because I'm a very big fan of the YouTuber Tom Ska, and the smell of vanilla makes him want to throw up. And so if I ever meet Tom Scott in person, I have to stay like 5 feet away from him. Otherwise, he's gonna throw up on me, I think. But I don't hate citrus, but I'm allergic to citrus. It definitely smells better than the teas I had at home, which either smelled like straight sugar or whatever else it had been sitting next to in the fridge. Gross. I take a moment to enjoy the aroma. Gross, but I think that might be my favorite line of dialogue that's been written so far. It's just a very specific and interesting descriptor. Like, this has been good so far, but it's also like it's very safe, very tropey. That was the first line of dialogue that I've read so far where I'm like, oh, that's like an interesting and good, like that. I don't know. For some reason that line is sticking out to me as a writing appreciator and aspiring visual novel writer. Yeah, I'm trying to write a visual novel. I mean, I'm trying to write multiple visual novels, but I'm getting like kind of close to actually making one of them happen. I guess I can take a little detour quickly to show you I'm probably not gonna edit this. I'm just gonna keep this as a VOD. So I'm gonna bring up some images of the things I wanted to show. Let's see, paint. Where is Nim? There's Nim. This is Nim. This is my digital circus OC. She goes by she, they, it, because so do I. She has a cloud head that changes weather based on her emotions. She has a raincoat with propeller arms. That act like propeller arms, you know, like those dolls, because like all the circus characters have like a kind of like a toy thing going on, and so it's a combination of like those parachutes that you would have in gym class, and then like those like propeller dolls. She like the boots and head are like they float semi-freely like Kinger's hands, so like they whatever is funniest for the bit, if like it's funny for her to get knocked out of the way, but then her legs, like her boots, just stay there, then that's funny. We got all of the emotions on the side here. Like angry, she's a thunderstorm. Sad, she's raining. My personal favorite is dissociating, because I mean, fucking look at that. This is good shit. We have the post-cry happiness. Then we have her spiraling, because of course. This is her height relative to everyone else. She's shorter than Magatha, but taller than Pomni. There's everybody else's heights. She floats when she holds her breath. She's scared of heights, and you know, like there's that theory that like Kane said it, like he created a program to give them a body that perfectly suits their needs. Well, I'm scared of heights, and so give me the ability to float, and that supposedly would fix the problem, but like, you know, in reality that's not how it works. She likes to she hides in her hood when she's experiencing a strong emotion that she doesn't want to be seen experiencing. She like hides her emotions very strongly, but like her face shows them, so even if she's trying to hide it, it's like Zeal will be like, girl, are you good? I'm fine. You are literally raining everywhere. And then why she like that? She hates being like building on the Kane's AI thing. She hates being misunderstood and feeling not like a real comprehensible person. Autism. Signposting emotions is supposed to help with that. You know, like having the weather signpost her emotions. But it clashes with her conflict aversion, constant downplaying of her own emotions, and all-consuming desire to have complete control over herself and how others perceive her. She can't ignore/hide how she's feeling because it's literally written on her face. Autism. Also floats because fear of heights. And I just really like her. She's silly. She's funny. And there's a universe where I make this my VTuber avatar instead of what I have currently. Let's see. Actually, I don't have a picture of this saved, so I have to save this quickly. But on the topic of visual novels, I've been working on a visual novel of my own, and I finally, like, I've never, like, in Nim, what I just showed is like the only time I've ever done character design. I have never done character design elseways, and I've always been very intimidated by it because, like, I don't know how to draw people, and I'm intimidated of fashion because I don't know how fashion works, even though I generally have, and people generally say that they like my outfits, so I'll choose to believe them. But here's the protagonist of, I mean, and also like the romantic interest on the left right there. Very, very early design for the person on the left. But this is the protagonist for my dating sim that I'm working on, that I want to make happen eventually. I like her. She's silly and fun and cute. Her name is Khadija. She goes by Deja for short. She's asexual and has chronic pain because I'm asexual and have chronic pain. And it's Yuri. The game is Yuri. I'm making Yuri. You should look at her. Look at her. She's perfect. I love her. I'm making Yuri. Everybody say hi, Khadija. I love you, Khadija. And then also Miriam. That's Miriam. She's the love interest again. I'm gonna have to work on her character design. Yeah. Anyways, back to my funny game. I'm working on a visual novel, and so this is kind of me doing research for that. Yeah. So anyway, I'm also gonna get distracted and quickly open up Steam to download the demo for Truth Scrapper, because I just remembered that the demo for that released, and I'll probably record myself playing that after this, because I'm an In Stars in Time fan, in case you can't tell based on my art style. Oh god. Yeah. Where the fuck? Truth Scrapper. Truth Scrapper. There we are, on my wish list. Yeah, download the demo. Hooray. Hopefully that doesn't slow things down too much, but it'll be fine. Anyways, now we're actually back in it. Sorry for the really long detour, but yeah, hopefully if you feel like checking out my funny visual novel, that'd be great. Oh, that's me. Sorry, that's me. That's me. Instead of Ragatha. Ragatha's like, and I'm like, That's how I sound when I'm enjoying tea.
Enjoying the tea, Nim?
I nod. It smells really nice. I take a sip and almost spit it out. That's nowhere near as sweet as the tea I'm used to at home. Still, after a bit, I gulp it down. That's one way to wake up.
Is something wrong, Nim?
She looks concerned. It's nothing. Let's talk about culture fair ideas. I say, pushing my notebook towards her. She reviews each idea, nodding.
These are all pretty good ideas. I don't know where we'd get live music, though.
She reads my ideas about doing different food stalls, pointing at the line on the page that, as she looks up at me.
Ooh, this is a really good one. If we can ask everyone what their favorite food is, we might be able to get Kane to make a stall including all of them.
She's certainly free with compliments, but I appreciate her positivity. What the fuck? She's certainly free with compliment. What does that mean? She gives out compliments for free? Is that what we're trying to convey? I try the Earl Grey again. Still way too bitter for me. Hey, Ragatha?
Yes, Nim?
Do you have any sugar? Ragatha seems a bit taken aback.
Sugar?
I nod. Yeah, I'm not used to taking my tea like... I gesture to the still hot Earl Grey she served me. This? She pauses a moment before nodding, bringing a sugar bowl over with some sugar cubes in it.
Sorry, Nim.
I take a sugar cube. And then another. And then about 3 more.
Hey, Nim! Take it easy, you don't want to drown out the taste of the tea with sugar, right?
Sorry, I know that you're a horse girl, and so I figure that if I just start downing sugar cubes, you might like me and want to kiss me. And you might want to ride me. Sorry. I'm asexual, I can make sex jokes. And also I'm an adult and you're an adult, so I can make sex jokes. We're all adults here, except the people who aren't adults. I disregard her protests, adding a few more before stirring my tea. When it takes on the consistency of more warm maple syrup, I take a sip. Just like Mom used to make.
You, really like sugar, huh?
I do, actually. I nod as I eagerly sip my tea.
So, do you want to hear my ideas for the culture fair?
Fuck no. Get out. I just wanted the tea. This is all just a long con, so you could give me tea.
Well, I was thinking it might be nice for everyone to pick something to present for the culture festival. Pomni could do a historical presentation on different culture festivals. Gangle and Zubul could maybe present the best art they did for the culture festival.
I nod. What would Jax do? She begins to genuinely think about it.
Wasn't he supposed to help Pomni?
I do remember that. But the idea of Jax helping anyone seems pretty unlikely based on my experiences with him.
Maybe we should just hope he doesn't mess things up for anyone else.
She giggles nervously. I nod.
So, what should we do if everyone presents something? What should we do if everyone presents something?
Ragatha pauses to think about that for a few seconds as well.
I don't know, Nim. Any ideas?
That was mine. So, what should we do if everyone's presenting something?
I don't know, Nim. Any ideas?
Well, we're planning the festival, so whatever we do, it has to be something that won't interfere with helping everyone plan the culture festival. It eventually hits me. What if we MC the presentation?
MC? I love Minecraft. I didn't know what Breaking Bad was, but I played Minecraft all the fucking time.
I nod. You know, we can tell people at everyone's presentations, cue them up to come on stage, and even talk about how we brought people together. I take another sip from my thoroughly sweetened tea.
That's a great idea, Nim. More tea?
I nod. Ragatha pours me another tea, and I empty the rest of the sugar bowl into it. Ragatha just gives me a smile as I shovel cube after cube into the tea.
I'll need more sugar before I make tea for you again, Nim.
I'll need to get more sugar before I make tea for you again, Nim. I nod and we both laugh as I drink the syrupy sweet tea. As we sip tea in Ragatha's special hideaway, I can understand why she finds the room so peaceful. No sound from chaos from the rest of the school. Peaceful. No chance of somebody walking in and interrupting the moment. Is it gonna be Jax or Kane? I don't blame Ragatha for keeping this place to herself. Is it gonna be Jax or Kane that walks in? As the hours creep on, we're both reluctant to go to class. Still, we eventually have to. Ragatha checks her wacky watch.
Whoa, time really flies when you're having fun, huh, Nim? Do we have to head to class already?
Ragatha nods. Do you have to head to class already? Ragatha nods.
We really should. I'd be a pretty bad class rep if I encouraged you to be late to class, you know? Wouldn't want to make Kane angry, right?
Ragatha begins cleaning up the tea set. I help her bringing the now empty sugar bowl over to her basket.
I had a lot of fun planning with you today, though, Nim.
Me too. Can we do this tonight, too? Ragatha taps her wacky watch, checking her planner, before clenching her teeth and sucking a bit of air in.
Sorry, Nim. I have softball practice tonight. It's kind of the one thing I never let myself skip, you know?
I nod. That's too bad. I hate sports. An idea occurs to me as we finish cleaning up and head to the homeroom. Wait, Ragatha.
What's up, Nim?
Do you want to, beat me up with a softball bat? I think it'd be awesome. Can I come to your practice?
Oh, I don't know, Nim. I'm not that good. You don't want to waste your afternoon doing that, right?
No, I mean, I could just bring my notebook and keep brainstorming ideas, and then we can still walk back together, you know?
Oh, I mean, if you want to. That would be okay with me.
Cool, it's a deal. I'm looking forward to seeing you in action.
That's really nice of you to say. I guess it'll be the first time I'll have a real audience. But I'm happy you're gonna come out to see me. I'll meet you after school and walk you to the field, okay?
I nod. I doze off a few times in homeroom, still groggy from waking up so early to meet Ragatha and plan in the culture festival. I was happy to go spend some extra time with her, and I'm happy she felt comfortable enough to share her secret place with me. I still can't help but feel she seemed a little pensive this morning. Maybe I'm reading too much into it? She's probably right. She's tougher than she looks. Right?
Nim, are you sleeping?
I feel Ragatha's hand gently shake me. God, I'm so fucking touch-starved. Touch me, please. Someone, anyone. Ragatha, shake me awake. It'd be epic.
Nim.
Sorry, I guess I'm not used to waking up so early. I wake up so early. Ragatha gives me a half smile before shaking her head.
Right, sorry, I guess that's my fault.
Before I can reassure her, the bell for lunch rings. Wow, I got nothing from that lecture. The thought immediately disappears from my mind as Ragatha excitedly tugs on me to get up from my desk.
Come on, Nim, we have a lot of work to do.
Right. I sluggishly rub my eyes before getting to my feet and following Ragatha out into the hallway. Bring Jax back, he's funny. Oh, I like voicing Jax. And also, he's probably transgender. She's probably transgender, sorry.
All right, we have today and tomorrow to make sure this culture fair goes off without a hitch.
She says with an exaggerated smile.
So, what do you say? Let's check up on the progress everyone has made so far. And then we can share some of the ideas we came up with this morning. She punctuates her sentence with a jovial swing of her arm. I'm too tired to take the lead on this, but I would be lying if I said her enthusiasm wasn't at least a little infectious. First, we check on Pomni and Jax in the library. Pomni mutters to herself as she sits at the library table, sorting through a few books. Hey there, Pomni! Ragatha waves as we approach the jester girl. Oh, hey, guys. Pomni's voice is filled with false enthusiasm that doesn't reach her eyes as we approach. We're just here to check up on that progress you've made so far on the Culture Festival. I think you and Jax are supposed to find out what a Culture Festival is, right? Definitely one of the weirder tasks Kane gave out, but I won't question his methods. That, shouldn't have been too difficult, right? I say, giving her an encouraging grin. Yeah, well, you'd think so, she says, returning my enthusiasm. The way her voice trails off at the end of that sentence makes me think this won't be as easy as we thought. I can't find any books about anything I'd need. This library isn't organized in any way that makes sense. I spent all yesterday just taking shelves down to find anything relevant. Ragatha pauses a moment before responding. Oh, wait. I thought Jax was supposed to be helping you. Where is he? Pomni shrugs. Your guess is as good as mine. He ditched me on Monday, said it was a waste of time. Serious? Ragatha clutches her hair before cutting herself off, heaving an annoyed sigh that seemed to move her entire body. I shouldn't even be surprised. The ragdoll straightens her blazer, trying to compose herself again. Well, Pomni, Nim and I were thinking of having everyone present what they've been working on this week. We were hoping you'd be able to present a historical presentation with what you'd found. Which is, She pauses a moment before mumbling out the rest of her sentence. Nothing. Right. Pomni shakes her head, gathering what few notes she has spread across a mess of notebook papers. Don't get me wrong, it sounds like a fun idea, and if I even had a single book on the subject, I could probably put something together by now. Together, but right now... No, I understand. You're right. It was silly to even ask. An awkward silence commences. I decide to break the tension. Well, Pomni, we have to check up on Zubul and Gangle's progress. I guess let us know if there's anything we can do to help you further? Pomni offers an unamused smile. While it's clear Pomni's frustrated at the situation and not at us, I can't help but notice Ragatha sag a bit as we leave the library, her formerly undefeatable enthusiasm now dented. Motherfucker. Hey, Rag. I can't believe Jax would just leave Pomni to sort through the library on her own. She cuts me off before I can reassure her. I personally don't find it so difficult to believe, but I understand she's just venting right now among us. The Among Us TV show is really good. Watch it. You should watch the Among Us TV show. It's legitimately, it's really good. I don't know why. Who knows what he's even trying to do right now? Probably trying to mess up everything for the rest of us. She starts riling herself up. Can you just relax? You're seriously stressing me out. Hey, it's okay. Let's not get ahead of ourselves. For now, let's focus on checking on Gangle and Zubul. As far as Jax, you don't have anything. You don't have to worry. I'm here. I won't let him mess anything up. I give her a reassuring smile. Ragatha returns my smile with a tired one of her own before nodding. Yeah, you're right, Nim. Thanks. We're not beat yet. A little enthusiasm seeps back into her expression. Let's check on Zubul and Gangle. Entering the art room, Zubul and Gangle are completely engrossed in their own artworks, and making out sloppy style. Hey, guys! Ragatha managed to summon her usual cheery tone as she greets the two. Huh? Oh. Hey, Ragatha and Nim. What's up? We're just checking up on your progress for the culture fair so far. Ragatha wanders over, peeping over Gangle's shoulder. Gangle seems completely unaware. Well, we've been working on posters and promotional stuff for the moment. Yeah, looks like you guys have been busy. Look over at Ragatha, whose face has gone white at Gangle's drawing. Ragatha? Ragatha jumps out of her state, alerting Gangle of her presence. Oh, Ragatha, Nim! Gangle covers her drawing with her ribbon arms, though it's
much too late as Ragatha has already seen it.
That's, an interesting drawing there, Gangle. Are you hanging that up at the, culture fair?
Ragatha's cheeks are now burning red. Gangle gives her a shy smile before nodding.
Yeah, that was the plan.
I walk over to see what the hubbub is about. Zubul follows me. We all crowd around Gangle as we eye her drawing. Oh my... Gangle, my love. You can't be doing that to people you know. A familiar figure with a curvy figure is in a risque pin-up style pose, holding a sign that reads, "Culture Fair this way." Now that I take a closer look, it definitely looks like... Is that supposed to be Ragatha?
Huh?
Her expression goes pale.
No way.
Gangle clutches the drawing protectively.
It's okay if you don't want me to put it up.
Ragatha blushes even more, realizing the drawing was indeed meant to be her.
Well, I mean, I just don't know if that's really appropriate for...
She trails off.
So you're saying I can't hang up any of my pinup series?
Gangle asks, her lip quivering, tears prickly at the edges of her eyes.
You made a series?
Ragatha manages to make her mask her apparent dismay with false enthusiasm. I can tell, but based on Gangle's own excited smile, the latter does not pick up on it. Gangle unveils a slew of risque pin-up characters. Ragatha's face flushes with humiliation at the images.
Oh, well, maybe if they're toned down a little bit.
She says, shifting uncomfortably in place. Zubul scratches at their chin before chiming in. I don't really see the problem with them. It's mostly tasteful, artistic nudity, you know?
Artistic nudity?
Ragatha's already flushed face turns a deeper shade of crimson.
I don't know if Kane will be okay with,
She stumbles over her words.
It might be a bit much.
Zubul rolls their eyes. Who cares what Kane wants? Ragatha's lips tighten on Zubul's flippant response. They start making out zombie style. I decide to change the subject, trying to tear my eyes away from Ragatha's pinup. So, Zubul and Gangle, me and Ragatha were thinking about having you guys present some of your art at the culture fair. Maybe talk about the techniques you've used and your inspirations for your favorite pieces? Yeah, sure, that sounds easy enough. Zubul agrees easily.
Present my art? Like, in front of people?
Yeah, it's just a few pieces, nothing too intense, I promise.
Gangle looks unsure.
I don't know.
Ragatha opens her mouth to try and further convince Gangle, but is beaten by Zubul's interjection. How about we get back to you on that? Ragatha looks at me before offering a weary smile to Zubul.
Sure, I'll check back tomorrow. No pressure, guys. It's supposed to be fun, right?
She laughs nervously, but Gangle and Zubul only look on. I follow Ragatha out of the art classroom. She looks utterly defeated by the afternoon's events. I barely have any time to ask her about it, though, when the incarnation of trouble itself comes strolling down the hallway. Oh my gosh, Larry Butts from Ace Attorney! Oh, it's John. It's John Digital Circus. Jax. The purple bunny makes eye contact with us. His eyes widen for a moment, then he immediately tries to turn down another hallway. Ah, fuck. But Jax is already too late. Ragatha is locked on. Jax! She sounds with a voice loud and angry enough to silence the other students in the hallway. The purple bunny stops dead in his tracks before turning his head and batting his eyes at us. Yes? His tone is dripping in sarcasm, but nonetheless, Ragatha marches up to him.
You were supposed to research culture festivals with Palm in the library. Why haven't you been doing that?
Jax looks up, pretending to ponder before shrugging coolly. Oh, that's easy. Because this culture fair thing is dumb. And I didn't want to do it. Ragatha huffs.
Oh, so you're just leaving Pawnee to do it all by herself?
Hey, I offered Pawnee to ditch with me. She didn't take the offer. That's not my fault. He grins back at Ragatha, intentionally needling her.
Do you realize how selfish you sound?
I take a step forward, but the argument has already started. Seriously? Selfish, huh? Why do you care so much about this stupid festival? he says, only half joking. Seems like he's getting angry too.
Well, obviously, because...
He cuts her off before she can get another word out, stepping closer to her.
Because it makes you feel important, like you need to be.
He throws up his hands in mock surrender. Go ahead, feel important, but don't pretend I'm the one being selfish. I step between them before it can escalate any more, throwing daggers at the rabbit. He looks down at me before scoffing. Especially now they've got Nim fooled, too. He looks down at me with a smirk. Don't worry, kid. Your damsel is not in distress. He pauses as Ragatha huffs, searching for the words to defend herself. She came at me, remember? He rolls his eyes before turning away from us, walking down the hallway and out of sight. We stand in silence for a moment. Ragatha's anger quickly fades to regret. She buries her face in her hands before pulling them back to the sides of her face. Hey, are you okay? She gives me a tired smile.
Yeah, I'm good. Tougher than I look, remember?
She gives me her best happy face, but I'm not convinced.
Yeah, I know, but... I still have softball practice, remember?
She says, changing the subject quickly. I'd almost forgotten about her softball practice.
Oh, yeah. You're still coming, right?
She says, a hopeful look in her eyes. I give her a warm smile back. Of course, I wouldn't miss it. So, are you organizing with your team, or... I trail off.
Oh, there's no team or anything.
What?
I mean, sometimes I can get Pomni or Gangle or Zubul to join me, or Kane has us play a pickup game, but it's usually just me out there. You're gonna be the first person I've taken to join me for practice in a long time.
I'm sorry to hear that.
Don't be. Honestly, I've kind of become used to practicing on my own. It's peaceful. Sometimes I just stand out there in front of the pitching machine and just practice my swing until my problems feel smaller.
As far as ways to deal with stress, that isn't the worst. Especially after everything that happened today. Sounds like she might need it. The more I hang out with her, it's hard to not notice how lonely she seems. Well, I really want to go out there and watch you today.
Come on, Nim, don't just say stuff like that. You're gonna make me blush.
You've been blushing, girl. Well, it's true. One second, I have to... Writing down the dumb. I tell her. And who knows, maybe I like it so much I'd join you for practice more often. How does that sound?
Well, it'd be nice to have someone else out there.
She trails off.
As long as you're sure you're not just doing it to try and make me feel better.
I shake my head empathetically. I really want to go out there today. Maybe if I get to a good place in taking my notes, you can show me the ropes?
I'd like that, Nim.
We start hanging out way before Ragatha stops me.
Oh, I forgot. I need to change into my uniform. Do you mind meeting me out on the pitch? You remember where it is, right?
I nod. She nods back at me, smiling.
Good. I'll see you out there.
I step out and walk towards the softball field. I can't suppress a shiver as a chill runs through the late autumn air. The sky is deep orange. The clouds are bruised purple. I wait a few moments on the bleachers. Then Ragatha shows up in her softball uniform. Hot, fuck, hot, cute, hi. Hi, Ragatha. I like girls. Hey girl, you come here often? How's the weather up there? Oh god, kiss me.
Hey, Nim. I hope you weren't waiting too long. I know it's a bit chilly.
I shake my head, reassuring her. She makes her way out onto the field, setting up a pitching machine as she makes conversation.
So, how have your classes been going so far?
Oh, you know. Boring. Agatha laughs nervously.
Well, you should try paying attention in them. As your class rep, I'm supposed to be in charge of your academic success. So it would look bad if I didn't encourage you to pay attention in all your classes.
Yeah, but I mostly just look forward to hanging out with you. Agatha goes quiet a moment.
Well, I look forward to that too, but you should still pay attention in class, you know?
I'll try. I tease her.
All right, Nim. I'm all set to start. You okay in the bleachers?
I nod, pulling out my notebook and starting to go over our plans. We forget to ask the other students about which foods they want for their culture festival earlier. Oopsie. Plus, Ragatha and I needed to work on our jokes as we MC the event. That's if people decide to present. The more I look at all the ideas we agreed on, the more I realize that we're going to need to cram multiple days of work into tomorrow. I glance up. Ragatha is squaring up at home plate, her body tightly wound as she holds the bat at the ready. I really should have gotten myself a blushy emote. I might have to draw one before I do the truth scrapper. I think I have to draw myself a blushy emote, just because, like, I'd probably use sad as a base so I can have, like, my hands like hee. But I like girls. I don't know if I've ever mentioned that before. I glance up. Yeah, she's her tightly wound body. I'm so sick, Ragatha, please. I'm dying. Please. I just need, please, just like one kiss and also hug me and hold me for a very, very long time, pretty please. The cool wind blows. Ragatha loads up each softball into the back of the pitching machine, each one thumping softly against the other. I want to look down at my notes and start trying to make a plan, but I can't keep my eyes off Ragatha. Real. The first ball shoots out, and her body uncoils, her gleaming aluminum bat swing forward to meet the ball. With a sharp crack and a metallic ping, the softball goes flying. One hit like that would be impressive, but Ragatha keeps winding back up, her bat meeting each softball and sending it flying. She finishes a set and is already panting.
Hey, Nim, if you're not taking notes, would you mind helping me collect all the softballs?
Sure. I nod, getting up from the bleachers and collecting the softballs from the outfield. Sorry, no, Jax would be Natsuki. I feel like Ragatha would... Ragatha gives me... I feel like she could have a Monica turn, though. I feel like she could have a Monica turn. But if we have Jax... Oh, I suppose... Yeah, Jax is Natsuki. Gangle is Yuri. Gangle is Yuri. That's why Zubul exists. Yeah, I guess Pomni is Sayori. But that doesn't feel in line with her character at all. Oh well, it's not important. I have autism. Help her load them again. The second time around, I managed to make a few more notes about the culture festival, but I'm still pretty much mesmerized by Ragatha every time I look up from my notebook. Correct. She finishes the set by sending a softball sailing over the far fence.
Hey, Nim.
Hey, Nim. Yeah, I'll get the balls. I say preemptively, happy to help.
Actually, I noticed you were watching me. You want to take a turn?
Oh,
Come on, I bet you could do a pretty good job. Besides, I can check your notes and see if I have any ideas to offer.
It's not like I can tell her I didn't get work done because I can't stop looking at her. It's not like I can tell her I didn't get work done because I can't stop looking at her. I'll give it my best shot. Ragatha nods, excited. After we let up the machine, she leans against me, putting a hand around my waist.
You gotta kind of stick your butt out, and then you kind of just want to wind up your body and square your shoulders.
She reaches up to my shoulders.
And don't be so stiff, Nim. Just let yourself move. How about you show me a few practice swings first?
I nod, practicing the motion. Ragatha gives me a few more pointers. Okay, actually, I am gonna look at the history quick. Just because if I'm writing a romance game, I need to pay attention to like the actual romance parts of it. Just like the way that it's written. Okay, got it. I have internalized that totally, definitely. Before walking over to the pitching machine and turning it on, she gives me a few slow underhand lobs. I want a lob. My hair is too long right now. After a few swings, I get a good feel for when to hit the ball and where to aim my bat.
Good job, Nim. Ready for the machine?
I nod, scurrying up to the plate. Ready. With a whirring sound, the pitching machine turns on. It's getting close to dark, so I squint my eyes, leaning forward a bit.
Nim, don't lean so forward. You might get...
As are the last words I hear before a softball comes rocketing out of the machine and slams into my head. And I'm just imagining with Nim's design, it's like when Ragatha got shot and like the cotton just went out the back. I'm imagining just the ball just goes straight through my face and just like creates a hole as the clouds just go foof.
Nim!
The world goes black as I fall backwards, pain radiating from my eye socket where the softball hit me. I wake up in an unfamiliar room. A cyan mannequin leans above me.
Is Nim okay?
It's Ming! Holy shit!
Well, they are pretty badly concussed. I don't think they should be going anywhere alone.
I'm trying to remember what Ming sounded like.
Hi, I'm Ming, and I really don't like what your assumptions have done to my reputation. Well, they are badly concussed. I don't think they should be going anywhere alone.
Nonsense. I try to stand up and immediately feel woozy. I fall forwards, but thankfully Ragatha catches me. Hot.
Nim, be careful.
The mannequin rolls his eyes.
You shouldn't have assumed you were in good condition to walk just because you felt okay lying in the bed. But the school is closing soon, Ragatha. Can you take Nim back to the dorms?
Of course.
She says, lifting me up and propping one of my arms across her shoulders.
Let's get going, okay, Nim?
Okay, Ragatha, let's go. I make my way out of the clinic on unsteady legs, leaning heavily on Ragatha the entire time. Yeah. As we make our way out of the school entrance, I'm really grateful to be so close to her. She's so warm. Thanks, Ragatha.
Don't mention it. I guess this means I won't be seeing you at softball practice in the future, huh?
I wouldn't say that.
Really?
Yeah, gotta get back up if you get knocked down, right? I say, putting on a brave face, but I can't help but suck in air as we keep limping towards the dorms. I mean, I limp constantly anyway, I've got chronic pain. That softball hit me pretty hard, and I still have a pretty bad headache.
Take it easy, okay, Nim?
She says, helping me up the stairs as we arrive to the dorm building. She leads me down the hallway all the way to my dorm. She pushes the door open without a second thought, lowering me onto bed.
Are you gonna be okay, Nim?
Probably. I mean, actually, no, I think I don't know that I'm safe to be by myself tonight. Like, you might want to stick by to make sure I don't get like a concussion or anything, and like I don't like, cause like, man, wouldn't it be, you should lay in the bed with me. It'd be awesome.
Nim, you need to take this seriously.
Even if I'm not okay, it's not like you can stay here with me. I say, remembering how insistent Ragatha has been up until now about the curfew.
Well, I mean, this is a special case. If you need me to stick around, I think Kane would understand.
Well, I guess I wouldn't mind some more tea. With another word, Ragatha gets up and fetches her tea set. She returns swiftly, bringing me a steaming cup. The cup of tea she pours me this time smells herby and kind of sweet. Sort of reminds me of the smell of apples as I inhale the aroma. This smells nice. What is it?
Chamomile tea. It's good for relaxation.
I take a sip. I learned that because of fan fiction that I wrote. Wow.
Sorry, Nim. I haven't had time to restock on sugar.
It's okay, I'll manage. I say, smiling back at her as I sip the tea. My eyelids feel really heavy. Ragatha puts a hand on my shoulder.
Thanks, Nim, for everything today. I'll be here tomorrow morning to check on you and take you to class, okay?
Okay, thanks, Mom. What the fuck? I say the words slipping out of my mouth before I know what I'm saying. For a moment, Ragatha's expression shifts. But it's too fast for me to get a read on how she reacted. Ah, well, that's a weird turn. I'd rather not do that.
Sorry, I mean,
thanks, Ragatha.
don't mention it. Sweet dreams, Nim.
Well, not sure what her reaction was about, but that's okay. Oh, right, because she has shit with her mom. I forgot. I can't fight off sleep any longer as Ragatha flicks off the lights in my room on her way out. This is bullshit. She should have stayed the night. It would have been epic. I would have literally... Oh, fuck. I would have literally gone... Oh my gosh, I'm so happy. And then I would have not... And then I would have died, I guess. I don't know. I wake up the next day to knocking on my door. Knock, knock, knocking on my door. But you know what I need to do before that? I need to piss. I'm back from pissing. I'm so great at returning from pissing. They call me the best to ever do it. I do think it's kind of funny. The structure of my visual novel that I want to make is also structured around a 5-day lead up to a festival. I think that's just a funny coincidence. Anyway, it's five-day lead up to like preparing for a festival. I think it's just kind of funny. Anyway,
Nim, are you ready to go to school today?
I get up and immediately lay back down, searing pain coursing through my head. That's just every single day having chronic pain. That's just it. Or like, I'll just like stand up and be like, nope, no, my knee sucks. Nope, I can't bend over because my back sucks. Nope, my ribs hurt. Like I will put on, like, I will take whatever excuse I can to not wear a bra, because if I wear a bra, my ribs hurt so excruciatingly bad that I just like, it's not excruciating, but it's like, it hurts. I can get over it. I have to wear them 5 times a week because I go to work. Anyway, yeah, give me a... I'll try again. Before I can protest, the door flies open and Ragatha bursts in.
Nim, you're still hurt.
Oh, this is my fault. No, Ragatha, it's literally my fault. I'm the one who stood wrong. I say, trying to get up, but the pain is still a bit too much.
You're clearly not fine.
She says, lowering my head back onto my pillow. Yeah. This is all my fault.
If I hadn't asked you to join me for my stupid softball practice.
Ragatha, I wanted to join you for... My words fall on deaf ears as Ragatha paces back and forth.
Well, you can't go to school like this.
Ragatha, come on, I can make it in. I can make it in. I can. I say, gritting my teeth as I manage to push myself up into a sitting position.
Nim, stop. It's okay. I'll write you a pass for today. You can stay here, and I'll take over organizing the culture festival.
I don't like the sound of that. Can we at least walk to school together?
You want to go to school today?
I shake my head. Not really, but I should at least follow up with Nurse Ming, right? She paces the room a bit, muttering. She paces the room a bit, muttering to herself under her breath and nodding a few times before nodding. Sorry, I'm adjusting things on my desk. That's why the sunflower fell over. My Lego sunflower. Anyway, gaming.
Okay, but I'm gonna walk you there myself, okay?
I nod. Ragatha helps me off my bed and I get to my feet and I manage to pull my shoes on. We're in the circus. Aren't my clothes a part of whatever? It's a dating sim. We have to be able to take our clothes off. As we head out the door, I lean against her. I can't deny it's nice having someone warm to lean against during the cold autumn morning. Between the cold and the dull throb in my head, I decide to give in and just lean into Ragatha, nuzzling into her. God, I wish.
Nim, you...
She gasps. I'm really kicking myself for not making a blush option.
You're pretty bold, huh?
Warm. I say, unable to put a filter between the thoughts in my head and the words tumbling out of my mouth. She pulls me in a little closer.
Well, I wouldn't want you to freeze.
She chuckles nervously. Come on, let's get you to Nurse Ming's office. We make our way through the entrance to the nurse's office. Oh, hey, Nim. Doing any better today? Head hurt. Nurse Ming shakes his head.
It may be time to get Kane involved. But until we can locate him, I'm going to need to keep Nim under observations and do some brain scans.
Brain scans? I don't know why Kane complains about the school funding so much. It seems like we're loaded.
Will they be okay to go to classes?
Nurse Ming shrugs.
I don't know. And I don't want to assume anything until the brain scans come back.
Hey, Nim, I'll go ask everyone about their favorite foods and organize the culture festival today, okay?
Wait, even like Gus stated, I don't feel like that's a good idea. Weren't we supposed to work together on that? Wait, Ragatha. Before I could protest, Nurse Ming eases me onto a bed.
I'll be back for lunch, okay? Maybe if you're feeling better, we can eat together.
Wait. Before I can stop her, she's off. Ugh. My thoughts are starting to become clear. She must blame herself for my injury. But still, I don't want her running off on her own. We have a lot to do for the Culture Festival. And based on what she told me yesterday, I really need to make sure she doesn't try to shoulder the whole burden of organizing the Culture Festival alone. I felt like we were getting somewhere yesterday, and she was letting me in. Everything about this morning feels like she's shutting me out all over again. Are you kidding? No? She let you... Motherfucker, she let you nuzzle up against her. You've never been more in. I let out a frustrated sigh as Nurse Ming puts an egg cap on my head. I'm not changing how I read that. I did legitimately read it as egg, but that's fine.
Until we know exactly what the damage is, we can't rule out anything.
I can't focus on myself. I can only remember how guilty Ragatha looked this morning, Quilty. I can't let her take this all on alone. I have to help Ragatha. My eyelids flutter close. Culture fair. I come to in Nurse Ming's office. My vision unblurs. I can see our strange principal.
Egads! A student in peril!
He looks down at me. Principal Kane?
Me!
He does a little flourish in the air and then freezes there, smiling upwards at some indeterminate point for a few seconds. I break the awkward silence. What are you doing here?
Why, I'm fixing you up!
He smiles down at me with his terrible teeth. He produces a heavy-looking blue plastic mallet.
And a 1 and a 2!
Oh, wait! The hammer slams into my head before I can stop him. And yet, just as the hammer connects with my aching head, suddenly everything goes right.
Oh, that worked.
Well, mostly right. My thoughts still swim around my head in a disconcerted mess. At least I'm able to get my bearings and stand up. Thanks, Kane. I'm feeling a lot better.
You really should stay for observation. You shouldn't just assume you're alright without being absolutely sure.
I really love how much they're like making him say assume, because there's like other moments earlier where it's very clear like they were just taking inspiration from another line in the show and just like kind of like ripping it off, like a needlessly harsh word for it, but like the fact that they're having Ming say assume so many times without actually saying the assume line makes it really funny and charming to me. It's like they're playing with it to bring up the Among Us show again. They do that a few times where it's like they say, "You're looking pretty suspicious, Red," or like "pretty suspect, Red," or something like that. And they're like they dance around the memes of it all instead of like just outright saying like, "Oh, pretty sus, Ventus Among Us." Like there's an imposter among us. Like at the very start where they're like, "We're so happy to have you among us." Or is it amongst us? I can never remember which one is grammatically, and then like it cuts to the Among Us thing. Like just a very, very clearly a joke about the Invincible title card, I think. I don't know. Anyway, I'm getting distracted. The Among Us TV show is legitimately really good. I need to find Ragatha and help her with the Culture Festival. I wander through the halls. She could be anywhere. Eventually, I make my way to the library. Ragatha isn't here, but Pomni is. Maybe Pomni will know where she is?
Oh, hey, Nim.
She winces as she looks at me. Do I really look that bad?
Oh, hey, Nim.
There we go. I got the Pomni.
Hey, Pomni. I was just wondering if you knew where Ragatha was. Are you sure, Nim? That bump on your head looks like no joke. If I don't help her, I can't think of anyone else who will.
Pomni considers my words a moment.
I guess so, Nim. But to be honest, I haven't seen her all day.
Huh? What? Not even in homeroom? Pomni shakes her head. That's not like Ragatha. I feel like I might know where she is. Thanks, Pomni.
No problem.
She almost waves me off before stopping me.
Oh, and if you do find Ragatha, you can let her know I found a book on culture festivals. So I'll be able to do a little presentation for you guys, like you guys asked for before.
She gives me a small smile. Sorry if I wasn't really helpful yesterday. I return her smile. No worries, I'll definitely let Ragatha know when I find her. I almost turned to leave again before I remember. Oh, Pomni, did you have any snack food requests for the festival tomorrow? Pomni blinks at me before scratching her cheek. Oh, maybe pretzels? Or something like that? I nod and take the mental note before heading back to find Ragatha. Pomni's famous favorite food, pretzels. She's always talking about them in every episode. She's always eating pretzels. I run out into the hallway. Where is it again? She likes to hang them off of her unicorn horn. I try to remember the way, realizing how truly massive the school is. Golly. After searching around for a bit, the familiar abandoned hallway appears before me. I walk right to the door of the discussed classroom Ragatha showed me yesterday. She's inside. I can't imagine why she's in here. I gently open the door. Hey, Ragatha. She looks up.
Oh, Nim, it's you.
That didn't sound too enthusiastic. Still, I take a seat next to her. We sit in silence for a while. Eventually, I decide to make the first move. Are you, doing okay? She doesn't answer, but she tightens her grip on her own forearms in a sort of self-hug. Where the fuck did I get tell? I'm dyslexic, that's where.
I'm fine, Nim. Really. You should go, hang out with everyone else. I'm sure they'd like to be spending time with you right now.
Well, I want to spend time with you right now.
Why?
She cuts me off.
Shouldn't you be more upset with me? I hurt you pretty bad, and you could barely do anything to help.
And could barely do anything to help. I push back. Is that what's bothering you? I'm not upset at you at all. She pauses for a moment.
Yeah, I know. I'm sorry.
Something else wrong, isn't there? It's not like you to avoid everyone. Move a little closer. You can talk to me, Ragatha. She huffs a resigned sigh.
I don't want to make anyone uncomfortable. Especially not you.
Let those words sit in the air between us for a bit before continuing. Well, I do want to talk about it, Ragatha. She looks at me, pain in her eyes. Please?
Well, me and the other students, we don't get along.
That seems surprising, but I hear her out.
Well, not as much as I'd like to.
She looks away from me. I want to put a hand on her shoulder, but I resist the urge.
Me and Jax used to be on better terms, but things changed and got complicated. Gangle and Zubul hang out with... Gangle has Zubul to hang out with, so they're never available either. Even when I tried to get closer to them, they just pulled away.
What about Pomni? I mean, even on our first day together, we all made pasta. Ragatha gave me a weak smile.
Pomni... For a while, I thought we were gonna be super close, you know? But these days, she just seems so busy. Jax got to be her partner for the culture festival. It's like I'm constantly fighting for her attention.
Ragatha withdraws into herself even more, almost curling into a ball.
It just gets old, getting left behind by other people, you know?
She pauses a moment.
It's like everything she said about me was true.
She? As if Ragatha read my thoughts, she continues.
My mom, she was... famous actress B. Arthur. I know, it's hard to believe, but it was real. A lot. I mean, nothing was ever good enough for her. She would constantly pick me apart. She'd tell me I wasn't going to amount to anything.
She's beginning to well up in her eyes.
That no one would put up with me.
The tears flow freely as I lean forward, and I lean forward as she rests her head on my shoulder.
Ragatha, I'm so sorry. It's just so hard, you know? She manages between sobs. Never feeling like you're enough. And no matter how hard you try, you just push people further away. It's hard to feel like you're enough when every time you try to get close to someone, they just find someone else. Boy, I sure am glad that I don't relate to this even a little bit. I sure am really glad that I don't relate to this even a little bit. It's okay, Ragatha, let it all out. Ragatha does let it all out, and all I can do is helplessly hold her as she cries. Her tears soak through my uniform, and I just hold her as we sit there in one another's embrace. After a while, she pulls away from me. Thanks, Nim. I feel a lot better. She looks up at me. You're a really good listener, and a really good friend, Nim. Well, I care about you, Ragatha. I care about you, Ragatha. A lot. And I think you mean a lot to a lot of people around here. I think if everyone knew how lonely you felt, they'd all come together just to try to help cheer you up. You think so, Nim? I nod. Unfortunately, that's not how it works, and they wouldn't, but we'll live in this idea for now. Well, maybe not Jax. Yeah, probably not Jax. I don't even know why I told you all this. I just feel like I'm getting really close to you. Is that okay, Nim? She looks up at me. I feel the same way, Ragatha. Ever since the tour, I just can't stop thinking about you. You could pick a better time to have caught feelings for her. Yeah, I don't know how to explain it, but I shrug helplessly. Well, maybe we don't have to decide what it is. Not right now, at least. Maybe the best thing we can do right now is just focus on being there for each other. At least until we're finished planning the culture festival. This was written before episode 7, or episode 8, so they just directly quoted the "be there for each other" line. Kind of weird. At least I think it was before episode 8. I don't remember. She looks up at me with hope in her eyes. I can agree with that. Sure, we can avoid putting a label on things until we get to the culture festival, until we get the culture festival stuff sorted out. Good. You're really sweet, Nim. I'm really lucky I have someone like you around. Well, I'm not going anywhere, so just get used to it. And besides, you walked me home after I got a concussion. Only after I put you in front of the pitching machine without a batting helmet. Maybe so, but still. What do you say? Let's finish organizing this festival. Ragatha nods in agreement. I talked to Pomni earlier. She said she found a book on culture fairs and that she thinks she'll be able to do a little presentation for the fair. Really? Yeah, so now we just need to check back in with Gangle and Zubul. Ragatha wipes at her eye. Thanks, Nim. I don't know how I'd do this without you. Let's just be grateful you don't have to. I smile at her, picking myself up off the floor and reaching out a hand out to help Ragatha up. Eep. She takes it and gets to her feet, smiling up at me. My heart skips a beat as our hands meet. It feels like electricity crawling up my arm. I try to hide my excitement. And then we make out. We enter the art classroom once again. We can see there's already twice as much art as there was the day before. That is a lot of nude images of Zubul. Wow. Zubul and Gangle look like they're all gathering it up to start hanging. Hey guys, we're back. Ragatha smiles awkwardly. This is amazing. Look at all this art. Zubul turns to us, arms full of the hefty sack of papers. Thanks, Nim. We step deeper in the room, looking at all the pieces they worked on. Ragatha takes notice of a familiar piece from the day earlier, but it looks a little different this time. Thank you. Oh, is this the same one? Gangle approaches cautiously, a small smile on her mask.
I took your advice and tried to make it a little bit more, appropriate. Is it okay?
Ragatha has a relieved expression as she nods.
Yes, thank you for that, Gangle.
Gangle smiles at the assurance.
Oh, and I decided I will present my art with Zubul. festival.
Ragatha and I share a surprised look.
Are you sure?
I don't want you to do anything that makes you uncomfortable, Gangle. Gangle nods.
Public speaking isn't really something I like, but
She smiles up at us shyly.
I want to contribute just as much as everyone else. Even if it is a little scary.
I can't help but let out a sigh of relief. That's one less burden for Ragatha and I to deal with.
Besides, I can present my pinup series.
Gangle smiles up at us cheerily. Ragatha scratches her cheek awkwardly, but returns with a smile. Okay, looks like we both have you down to present tomorrow. Nope. Looks like we have both of you down to present tomorrow. Whatever. Grammar is evil. Oh, did you guys have any requests for food? Zubul and Gangle look at each other for a moment, pondering the question.
Ramen.
Kebabs. I jot down their request in my notebook before turning to Ragatha. Thanks, guys. You really did a great job. Gangle and Zubul nod up at us appreciatively. I feel like a Gangle would have chosen some like takoyaki or something like more specifically like Japanese festival food. I feel like ramen's not a festival food. And I would know because I've been to festival foods and I've bought food there. I haven't. I've been there while my mom has bought food, but I've never been there as an adult. I see where you were going for, but I feel like you could have done a more accurate weeby thing. We both head out for the day. I look down at my notes before returning to Ragatha. Hey, it looks like everything is going to plan. Got the food picks, everyone is on board to present. All that's left for us is to MC. Ragatha huffs a relieved sigh. I just hope Kane is satisfied with it, she says wearily.
And I am!
Kane pops into existence in front of us, as if merely speaking his name summoned him to our location. We both jump at the sudden appearance of our kooky principal.
Congratulations, Nim, Ragatha! You two have put your blood, sweat, and tears in making sure this culture fair goes off without a hitch. It's a pretty big responsibility to keep all your classmates in check and make sure that they stay to task, but you two did it.
Gives us a big, exaggerated thumbs up.
And for that, you both get a super duper extra special prize!
He flourishes in the air, confetti popping from seemingly nowhere. A special prize?
That's what I said. For one night only, you two get to choose a sparkly new location to spend some much needed time winding down from the week.
As he finishes saying this, his mouth stretches wide open. With a sound like an old fax machine, a piece of paper with a gold emblem of Kane slowly extruded. It reads, Certificate of Accomplishment. Ragatha and I look at each other. I take the paper. It smells vaguely of cotton candy and is somehow completely dry. On it, along with some words of praise, is the offer for us to go to a location of our choice.
That sounds nice.
Any ideas on where you'd like to go on this fine evening?
Kane pushes, returned to his normal state. Ragatha looks at me.
Did you have anything in mind?
Not really, you can choose. Ragatha seems surprised.
Are you sure?
I nod.
Well, okay. How about a fancy restaurant?
I blush at the idea of getting to go to a fancy dinner with Ragatha. I'm also blushing at the idea of going to a fancy dinner.
Can do! Get ready to be transported to a fancy schmancy restaurant!
Kane starts to wave his cane before Ragatha stops him.
Oh, but... Well, can I get ready first?
She gives a pleading look at Principal Kane. Ragatha gives me a nervous smile, a blush on her cheeks, as she tucks a strand of hair behind her ear.
I just like to look nice, you know?
I nod, backing her up. Yeah, me too.
All right, you two. I'll give you some time to look presentable for your night out. Just give me a holler when you're ready.
Without another word, Kane disappears. Ragatha turns to me, excitedly.
Wow, we're actually gonna get to go out and dress up and feel, well, kind of normal.
She walks ahead of me a bit, excitement quickening her steps.
It's been so long since I have been on a date like this.
Her assertion stops me in my tracks. A date? Ragatha stops walking as well, realizing what she said. Her face heats up.
Did I say date? It doesn't have to be a date. I just meant...
She fumbles out her words. We both stand there, blushing before I stop her.
No, that's okay.
can be a date if you want. I scratch the back of my neck awkwardly. Okay, then it's a date. She gives me a shy smile, making my heart skip again. But I don't think I have anything to wear. I only have a bunch of school uniforms Kane gave me. Ragatha perks up, grabbing my hand. I'm sure I could probably find something in my closet for you. Come on. She excitedly drags me off to her dorms. Ragatha, I appreciate the effort. You look like you wear a small or a medium. I don't wear that. I wear a large or an XL. I have large shoulders. I'm so sorry, my love. Ragatha immediately finds a beautiful dress for herself, and she gets changed in her bathroom before going back to her closet.
I'm normal about this. I'm just so normal about this. I am so normal about it. I'm so normal.
Nim, what size are you?
Why?
I'm trying to see if I have anything you could wear tonight. What are your measurements?
I just said that it was a large and an XL. I genuinely do not know. I mean, that is true. I've never done any of the measurements of like the waist, chest, bust, any of that stuff. I've never done any of that stuff. And so that's probably why none of my pants fit. That's probably why they're all too big. Who knows their measurements at the top of their heads? She shakes her head.
Have you ever gone to a formal event in your life?
I think about it. Maybe my uncle's wedding when I was a kid? Ragatha huffs as she begins searching her room, eventually finding some measuring tape. She lifts my arms up, measuring my shoulders, my chest, and my waist. She keeps marking points on her tape and muttering numbers to herself, before she dives back into her walk-in closet. She comes out with a garish red frilly dress that looks like it's straight from an 80s prom catalog. Yes, 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 yes. It'd be so funny. It'd be so fun. Come on, it'd be awesome. No.
Nim, it's the only thing I have in your size.
I'll go naked before I wear that. Ragatha huffs again.
You are not going to this restaurant in your school uniform.
I don't want to look like I walked out of my grandma's prom. Just as Ragatha is about to retort, Principal Kane pops into existence from nowhere.
Are we ready yet?
Nim doesn't want to wear the outfit I picked out for them.
Kane's jaw drops, he has to spend a moment picking his eyes up off the floor as he fixes it.
Yikes! I don't think anyone would want to wear that kind of outfit. But she's right, Nin. Your school uniform, it's a little lacking.
He taps his cane against my school uniform, and the fabric transforms around me, like some kind of messed up fairy godmother, and I'm Cinderella. A perfectly fitted, shimmery dress hugs my curves. Even my wacky watch is now a studded affair with a gold-plated screen.
Chop chop now, young lovers. We have a studio audience to keep engaged.
With another tap of his cane, we're teleported to a bustling French restaurant. Ragatha and I are already seated. In front of us, two menus with gilded lettering announce the restaurant's name. Le Cochon Héros. Cochon Héros. Le Cochon Héros, I think. As I flip open the menu, I realize every entry is in French. A waiter comes by and places a basket with assorted breads in front of us, all as well as a fancy glass bottle containing water. I'm gonna drink some water right now.
I'm gonna go drink water. It's been a while since I've done that.
He turns to Ragatha.
Evening, Miss and Matey. Welcome to our fine dining establishment.
He speaks in an accent that's definitely not French.
Anything to get you started today?
Another waiter bumps our waiter harshly.
Oh, I mean...
He produces a card from his suit pocket.
Des vers, prets, command ear.
He stutters and trips over every word. It's like a drunk man from Australia ran over the French language in his Volvo. Not that I would understand any better, even if it were perfect French. In fact, the only two French words I know are oui and baguette. Still, I decide to try and impress Ragatha with the only French I know. Oui.
Oui. You need to leave it, mate.
I blush. Agatha stifles a chuckle, turning our waiter into a gator. Yes, sure, that's what I read it as.
We'll need a moment.
He gives us an appreciative nod before leaving us. I give Ragatha an awkward laugh before admitting, I don't know, like, any French. Ragatha gives me a warm smile.
It's okay, Nim. I can order for you if you aren't comfortable.
I'm not, but it seems kind of lame to ask Ragatha to explain the whole menu to me, so I start looking at what's on the menu. One of the first things that catches my eye is a menu entry that actually has a word in English on it. Escargot au stupide. Au stupide. Escargot au stupide. It's under starters, so I offer to order it for us. I think I'll get us an appetizer.
Okay, Nim. That sounds nice.
Our waiter comes back, seemingly completely forgetting the French thing again.
Have you decided on something to order?
Not just yet, but let's start with the
escargot au stupid. Ragatha's pupils dilate on her face, and as her face takes on a 1,000-yard stare. Our waiter takes no notice of her, writing my order down.
Sounds good. I'll put that in for you, mate.
He promptly leaves before Ragatha can object. Ragatha, you okay? Ragatha shakes her head.
Oh, yeah, I'm fine. I just had a bad experience with stupid sauce once.
Fucking same, girly.
I'm sure I was just in a bad headspace or something.
She gives me a fake positive smile. I probably should have asked her before I ordered it, but I really wanted to impress her. I can send it back. We can get something else I didn't know. I say, hands flying up defensively. Ragatha shushes me with a gentle smile.
It's okay. I think I might just skip on the appetizer.
She scans the menu.
Oh, this sounds good. The filet grille béarnaise. Béarnaise? The filet grille béarnaise, I think? I don't know. I nod, realizing I'll probably have to just turn to the waiter and tell him to get me whatever Ragatha orders. I have literally no idea what anything on the menu is, and I don't want to embarrass Ragatha further by admitting that to the waitstaff. Just as I begin trying to decipher a menu item, a runner comes to deliver our appetizer.
Enjoy your meal!
He disappears mid-phrase, the platter in his hand stumbling forward. The next moment happens in slow motion. The steamed snails fly high while the dipping sauce slides forward. It connects with Ragatha's dress, the pink sauce flying across her chest and mouth. Don't worry, I've got that. I got it. I can take care of all of that. Don't worry about it. Don't worry about it. The joke is that I'm gonna kiss her and then lick the sauce off of her. That's the joke. Do you get it? Do you get it?
No!
She trails off as her pupils dilate to pinpricks, then expand to the size of dinner plates. When she seems to have recovered, she turns to me.
Nim, you're funny.
She leans across the table towards me. Fuck. I guess so. She cuts me off. Ragatha, are you okay? She rolls over, looking at me as she flops over, almost lying on the table.
I'm super fine.
She sounds drunk.
How are you, cutie?
She grins at me. My thoughts race. This is not a good development. Good?
You remember when you said we?
She bursts into laughter as she looks at me.
And Kamiku asked if you needed the bathroom?
Yeah?
That was so funny.
She's slurring her words. I desperately look around. She's slurring her words. I desperately look around. Our waiter catches my panicked glance.
You alright, miss?
He eyes Ragatha, who is now trying to make a snow angel using the tablecloth. The runner disappeared in the middle of handing us our food and spilled an entire order of stupid sauce on Ragatha. Our waiter gives me a surprised look.
That's not good.
Another member of the waitstaff notices us.
Mon Dieu!
He claps his hand and Keynes appears.
Hello, I've been summoned!
The lady, she has taken enough stupid sauce to tranquilize, as you English say, the elephant. I think it should be best if these students were sent back to their dorms.
Oh, you were just starting to have fun.
She trails off. Ragatha pouts. Keynes scratches his chin.
Very well. I guess this adventure's a bust.
Kane claps his hand and the restaurant disappears around us, leaving us back in Ragatha's dorm. My formal wear has been turned into a fine pair of pajamas.
Sorry about that, you two, but I just can't have my students making an embarrassment of themselves in public. It reflects poorly on the school, don't you know?
He winks at me. Why did he wink at me?
Anyways, you two sleep off your decisions, and I hope you learn the valuable lesson about substance abuse.
Kane, a waiter spilled the sauce on... Before I can finish my thought, Kane disappears. Where's the restaurant? For a second, I think she's going to burst into tears, but she surprises me at bursting into laughter instead. Silly dorm room, you're not a restaurant. She turns to me. Nim, you're so cute. She comes over to me and wraps me in a sloppy hug. She trips on her way over to me, so I have to hook my arms under my shoulders to stop her from face planting on the ground. So warm. She buries her face in my stomach. Girl, Ragatha! I help her to her feet as she releases her embrace around me. We should get together. Go on a date. Wasn't that what we were just trying to do? Yeah, I'd like that. She blushes. You like me. That seems like a good time as any time to admit it. No, she's very drunk. Now is not a great time to admit it. She probably won't remember if I said it tomorrow. She probably won't remember I said it tomorrow. Yeah, Ragatha, I do. I like you a lot. Even though she's slurring her words and barely able to stand, I still blush as I confess my feelings. Well, I think... She leans forward, bearing a finger in my chest. I think you're a cutie. She leans too far forward and I catch her again. Ragatha, let's get you to bed. But, She looks at me, her eyes beginning to water. If I go to bed, you have to go away. She wraps her arms around me. I don't want you to go away yet. I know. But I don't think you're in a really stable headspace right now. What if we have a pajama party? Her mind flits from one subject to the next like a honeybee attending flowers. Before I can respond, she grabs a frilly polka dot negligee from her... Now I have to Google what a negligee is. Nope. Images. Oh, it's a... Gotcha, it's a, nightgown. It steps into the bathroom, slamming the door and changing into it. Okay, cool. Pajama party! She throws her hands up in the air before walking past me and pulling out a mattress from underneath the bed. You can sleep here, Nim. I step back. This feels kind of weird. Ragatha pouts at my reticence. Well, that's... Now I'm writing that down so I can remember it. Reticence. Nim, don't you want to stay for the pajama party? Should I even do that? If I stay, I can keep an eye on Ragatha. If I leave, I don't have to deal with whatever this is. Okay, so, like, she can't consent right now because she's very drunk. And I worry that if I keep her company tonight, something's gonna happen between us, and I don't want that. But I also do want to just, like, stay with her and just hope that the game will respect my ability to say, hey, I want to stay here with you because you're cute and silly, but I don't want it to do anything to or with you because you can't consent right now. And I don't want her to... And also just because, like, it's more interesting if I stay here. Okay, I'm not usually a save scum person, but I will keep you company tonight on the condition that you do not touch me or get close to me, because it's cute, but you're drunk. And so you need to... I will keep you company tonight. Ragatha eagerly pats my mattress. Let's stay up late and talk about everyone else. Okay, that's fine. I'm fine with that. But she's more fine. Okay, alrighty. She kicks her feet in the air.
Do you think Zubul and Gangle like each other?
Well, they sit together, so... I mean, like each other. What kind of question is that? Maybe? Ragatha giggles, rolling on her bed until... Thump. She falls right off her bed. Thankfully, my mattress catches her instead of hitting the floor of her dorm.
I heard you like somebody.
She giggles again. Yeah, I just told you who I like. Still, I give her a smile. Yeah, Ragatha, I like you. She smiles, kicking her feet in the air again.
I heard somebody likes you too.
And her name is... God, I'm such a mess right now. She's so close to me. And she smells so nice. She puts an arm over me. And then... Okay, thank God. Thank God you fell asleep. What? Ragatha? She holds her other hand up to her mouth. Sleepy time. But you're about to tell me... She shushes me again. She already told you that she likes you, motherfucker. Sleepy time. We'll talk tomorrow. I guess it's sleepy time. Even though I'm anxious to hear what she has to say. The comforting weight of her behind me. Her arm across me. It's also comforting I fall asleep only a few minutes later. Yay! We're on to the last day. We didn't do jack shit in terms of preparation. I wake up in Ragatha's embrace the next day. I'm still dressed in the clothes that she gave me yesterday. I'm still in the fucking dress? No, I got pooped into pajamas, right? She smells like fabric softener. I could probably sleep here a little longer. Ragatha wakes with a start.
Nim, we have to go to the culture festival.
She says before doing a double take.
Wait, Nim. What are you doing here? Should we...
She says, her pupils going squiggly. No. Uh-oh, no, I need to defuse the situation fast. No, don't worry, Ragatha. You just got some weird pink sauce spilled on you last night, and you wanted me to keep you company. She begins to calm down. You just fell asleep, and I didn't want to leave you alone while you were acting weird.
Well, that was really nice of you, Nim. But, can you give me some privacy to get changed?
I nod. We still going to the culture festival together?
Definitely.
I showed up, preparing to leave so Ragatha can change, but you guys my wrist before I can leave.
And, Nim.
She leans in.
Thanks. You're really sweet, and I'm glad we hung out yesterday, even if the stupid sauce messed things up.
What I want to say is that I'm secretly happy, that even though she got stupid sauce all over her, I liked everything she said to me, and it wouldn't change anything about last night. But instead I nod and give her a big smile before leaving her to change. I return to my dorm, find a uniform with few enough wrinkles that it won't stand out, and meet Ragatha outside the dorms.
Ready, Nim?
She offers a hand. I take it as we walk to school. We walk into the culture festival. Principal Kane is already here to greet us.
Ragatha, Nim, the stars of the show. Come on, we've been waiting for you two.
You have?
How can we start the show without our lovely MCs? Come on, take the stage. Start us off.
No time like the present.
Oh gosh, Nim, are you ready for this?
I take her hand and give it a reassuring squeeze. We're ready. I know it. And if we aren't, I'm sure they'll love it anyways.
Are you sure, Nim?
I am. I lie, but it seems to cheer her up.
Well, if you say so.
I nod. Besides, if we do mess up, it's not like they have the script. Whatever happens up there, I'm here for you. Ragatha nods.
That's right, we can do this.
She squeezes my hand back.
Together.
We ascend the stage. At first, our performance is a bit stiff. I try to set up a joke by asking Ragatha a question, but she takes the question literally and ends up ruining the punchline. Autism! But the audience laughs anyway. Now introducing our two resident artists, Gangle and Zubul. Without them, we wouldn't have any posters for the Culture Festival. Ragatha nods.
Yeah, Gangle and Zubul really came through for us. Without further ado, the art club's presentation.
So we step off the stage and take a breather as Gangle and Zubul show their art. The audience applauds. Zubul has drawn a series of interesting geometric patterns and a few impressionist-style pieces of art of our classmates. Golly. Gangle has done a series of anime-style arts, including a few of our classmates, in different pin-up style shots. When she presents the busty picture of Ragatha, my co-host blushes.
Gangle, do I really look like that?
No, I hear her mutter under her breath. I can't help but stifle a laugh as the audience applauds the art. Well, it seems like they enjoy it.
Nim, not you too.
I chuckle again. After the art club's presentation concludes, it's time for us to take the stage again.
That was the art club. Give him a hand, folks.
Yep, Gangle and Zooble sure are talented. Who's up next, Ragatha?
That would be Pomni, who's here to present on what a cultural festival is.
No Jax? Honestly, that's more of a relief than anything.
Jax regrets not being able to help, but sends his regards.
We step off the stage as Pomni begins to explain to the gathered crowd the history of culture fairs, and why our school specifically chose to do one. Ragatha turns to me.
While I was organizing things yesterday, I asked Kane to make sure Jax wouldn't disrupt the culture festival. I didn't want him to just make Jax sit the whole thing out or anything.
So what did you do then? Ragatha scratches her cheek.
I don't know. Kane just said he'd take care of it. But whatever he did, at least it lets us roam free. Fuck, lets us roam the festival worry-free after this.
More time with Ragatha is always good with me. Pomni finishes her presentation, fields a few questions, and eventually walks off the stage. Everyone seemed to enjoy that. We ascend the stage again, thank everyone for coming, and start to tour the festival. Pretty! Kane brought us all the food we asked for, and then some. Colorful rice dumplings filled with red bean paste, fish-shaped pastries, and even a ramen stand have been set up. Ragatha and I make the rounds, talking with our classmates. We congratulate Pomni on her presentation.
Thanks, guys. It seems like everyone else enjoyed it, too.
We tell Zooble how good their art was. Thanks. People seem to like it, too, so that's nice. We even find Gangle was surrounded by students asking her if she does commissions.
Oh, I don't know. I haven't done commissions in a long time.
Gangle sees us and rushes over.
Ragatha, you guys can tell them. I don't normally draw this kind of thing.
I doubt that. That was really interesting art of Ragatha you showed off, huh, Gangle?
Nim, you don't have to bring that up.
I chuckle. Come on, guys, give Gangle some space. She should get to enjoy the festival, too. The crowd disperses.
Thanks, Nim.
Ragatha and I keep touring the festival. Looking around at all the stalls, we see a familiar face. Kane has made a sort of dunking booth for Jax. Jax looks bored as he sits atop the seat over the water. I guess that's the solution Kane came up with for keeping him out of trouble. I have half a mind to go over there and give it a shot, but Ragatha puts her hand on my shoulder.
I wouldn't do that, Nim.
I pause.
Jax has a really long memory about these kinds of things. You really don't want to get in a prank war with him.
Don't you dare! The mannequin student at the dunk tank sinks a shot. The platform Jax is on flips over and he is drenched. He climbs back on the platform, his every movement suffused with the hate of 1,000 suns. When I get out of here, you're gonna wish you were never born! I shudder, deferring to Ragatha's wisdom as I leave Jax in the dunk tank alone. She has been here longer than me. I take her word for it. We keep touring the festival until I eventually find a quiet corner for us to talk, alone. So, Ragatha. This is bad, I'm already sweating.
What's up, Nim?
About, last night.
What about last night?
Well, I know you were on Stupid Sauce, and it was kind of late. Ragatha shifts but doesn't look away. But I told you that I like you, and... Well... You never told me if you feel the same way.
Nim,
she says, stuttering.
that is... Oh gosh, maybe I should just...
She leans forward. Oh, fuck. Hi, hello, hi, golly, hi, I'm bald, wow, golly, goodness. She pulls me into a kiss before I can prepare. We linger together for a few seconds before she slowly pulls back.
Does that, answer your question?
You'd think it would. It wouldn't, actually. My heart is beating a mile a minute and I can hear it in my ears. I can barely manage to stammer out, yes. She leans in and kisses me again.
Good. then when you first came here, I didn't know what to think of you. You looked really stupid and gay, and I hated it. But I've tried to build a good relationship with everyone else too, but I don't know. There's something special about you, you know? I think I do. My heart is still racing. You're special to me too, Ragatha. You reached out to me and gave me a tour. You invited me to your softball practice and then let me help you plan the Culture Fair talent show. You even showed me your favorite spot in the school just so we could share it. She also, like, carried you after you got injured. I feel like that's more important. Well, yeah, you mean a lot to me, Nim. You mean a lot to me too. Can I have another kiss? I nod, leaning in and giving her one more kiss. Oh, Nim, I almost forgot. Me and everyone else are meeting after the Culture Festival to set off some fireworks. You know, to celebrate surviving another one of Kane's adventures. Would you like to go? As my partner? I nod, taking her hand in mine. Yes, Ragatha, I can't wait to go with you. We hold hands as we tour the rest of the Culture Fair. When I first came here, I had no idea things would work out this way. I seen Ragatha smile, feeling the soft warmth of her hand in mine. I wouldn't change a single thing about how this week went. Ragatha and I returned to the dorm as parting ways to get changed for the after party. I was expecting that to be the closing thing, and I was gonna do like a noir thing. Oh well. Upon getting to my dorm, I'm surprised to see a yukata has been folded and neatly draped on my bed. It has a note. I can only guess who this might be from.
Hi, I'm God. This is a gift from me, not Kane. The real God from the Bible. Christianity is real. Goodbye. Dear Nim, the Koopalings and I have kidnapped Ragatha. She is now a permanent guest at one of my 7 Koopa adventures. Congratulations on your success with our resident ragdoll, Ragatha. Try saying that 5 times. Resident ragdoll, Ragatha, resident ragdoll, Ragatha, resident ragdoll, Ragatha, resident ragdoll, Ragatha, resident ragdoll, Ragatha. Fuck you. You've made quite the impact on our little school. So to commemorate that, I want to give to you this, the fireworks yukata. I can't pronounce yukata correctly. It adds +3 to your defense stat.
Seems like Kane's as weird as ever. But I don't want to be the only one out of fashion, so I don the yukata and meet with Ragatha at her door down the hall. When we meet up, Ragatha is wearing a pink kimono with white flowers on it. Okay, so, Nim, how do I look? I'm speechless for a second, but I find my voice quickly enough. You're perfect, Ragatha. Her blush deepens as she takes my hand. Flurries of cherry blossoms blow past us. Even the late autumn breeze gives way to the sun's warmth, making the walk pleasant. When we get to the rooftop, everyone is waiting for us. Glad you guys showed up.
You look so weird without your stupid hat.
You look great.
Yeah, glad you guys can make it.
Yeah, glad you guys can make it.
You two look pretty cool together.
Super.
Just saying. I love how we haven't used the wacky watches a single time in like the last 4 days. Ragatha and I spend time with our classmates, talking about the Culture Festival, joking with friends. I almost forgot about the fireworks until Mr. Kinger joins us.
Hey everybody, I brought the fireworks. Remember, you should always have a trusted adult to light these. And never buy any fireworks that are illegal in your state.
He winks at us.
Now, let's light these puppies.
The fireworks go off, but I only have eyes for Ragatha. Her eyes go wide as the fireworks explode into various colors.
I almost forgot how pretty they are,
she says, almost breathless. We stay there for a while, watching the fireworks.
Nim.
She turns to me.
It's been a long time since I was this close to someone. But if I could share this moment with anyone at all, well, I'm really glad it's you.
We kiss one last time as the fireworks explode in a brilliant finale. Ragatha and I spent a lot more time together in this school. With time, more and more of my memories returned. We still haven't found a way out of the school yet, or back to our lives before, but we promise to stay together no matter what happens. Yay! Shoutouts to sapphic people. I'm one of those. What an experience that was. Vocaster, big gabonga. Good job on writing a story. Music by Gigabunga. Thank you, Big Gabunga. Art by Vocastar. You guys are cool. Clip Studio Assets free pick. Yay! This is really cool. I really appreciate how, like, this is, like, it's not anything crazy. It's not reinventing the wheel, but it's just kind of like, yeah, this feels decently in character from everyone. This is good shit. This is well made. I enjoyed this very thoroughly, and this gave me my digital circus fix, so I don't have to feel as bad for not being able to watch the finale for the next 12 days. Yeah. I don't know. Maybe I'll come back and do another romance route. I'm annoying, so I'd probably pick Jax because I can fix her. But yeah. Thank you for watching. Yeah, I need to piss again.